Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is another installment of Us versus Movies. We appreciate the click and checking out us. Check out this flick. It's Wonder Woman 1984, brought to you by me, Kevin, and always Dustin. What's up, Dustin?
Hey, I'm here getting my hashtag WW84 on.
Whoa, totally. Thanks, HBO Max and
Heck yeah.
Warner Brothers, DC Film subsidiary. Thanks, Patty Jenkins, for getting behind the old camera on this one. Thanks for her just kind of hanging out with the script with Jeff Johns, big comic book guy. Jeff Johns, he wrote like The Darkest Night, which was like The Cat's Meow and everything else. When he got to the movie land, just turned it to shit.
Hey,
Uh,
some
uh,
people
uh,
can write great comics, and some people cannot write great TV and film. And
I have a theory with that. I think it
mhm.
was like Patty Jenkins, like she does good character movies, right? What do you do with a character like this is fucking what do you do with a comic book character, right? Either the world has been like either you do it like Marvel or no one cares, right?
Yeah,
And you can get these little indie ones that no one even knew was a comic, and they kind of skirt by and just kind of have those little cult. But you either have like the rabid comic book fans or DC movie fans. Some of them probably don't even know they are comics, and they're just gonna love these no matter what. And I think Patty was like, "Listen, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna bring this geek Jeff over here. He does the funny books,
well, he was
and
probably contractually connected to it, so
mhm. And we're gonna kind of slap something together. I'm gonna do the strong female character parts, tumbleweed. And then Jeff, you're gonna do all the nerd shit that she does, like the geeky book nerd shit. Make sure that gets in there." And he's like, "Roger Dodger."
how about I explain the invisible jet?
How about you don't?
He's like, no,
But
no, I'm going to. No one asked me to, but I'm going to.
imagine Dustin Gal Gadot in this. See what I did there? She was on the internet for a song that
Ugh.
everyone hated her doing with her rich, powerful Hollywood friends. That aside, I think she's a phenomenal looking Wonder Woman. I think she's a gorgeous individual.
I don't
And
think she can act.
and I think Chris Pine's in this. We got Kristen Wiig in there. We got my
Hey,
main
hey,
man.
hey, you do not gloss over the best part of the Wonder Woman series, which is Chris Pine, just being
Uh
all Chris Piney.
I could,
So
yeah,
he's
that
easy
that
on the eyes. He shows up and he's a professional. I mean, I believe that he didn't know what that trash can was every time I saw it in the trailer. And then
I
once again in
believed
the movie.
he didn't know why he was in this movie. He was like,
No, I believe
"Didn't
that.
I die?
He's like,
Please,
doesn't this make no sense? It doesn't, Chris. It
can
really
I
does.
can I just die, please?" We got main man Pedro, the Mandalorian, pow 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 pow, playing a light Donald Trump bad guy, '80s guy. Yeah, boom boom boom. Robin Wright and Akani Nelson. Don't know, don't care. Got Hans Zimmer on the ones and twos, making the tunes.
Well, man, he was definitely trying to earn his fucking paycheck.
He's like, you know what? I got some B sides. I'm gonna throw them your way.
Yeah.
Scheme
It's interesting that you said Pedro Pascal and you didn't say his character name of
Max
Maxwell
Lord.
Lord.
Mm,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, sorry.
Maxwell Lord, even though they just shortened it to Max Lord.
This
And
dude.
then they
Mhm.
revealed that that wasn't even remotely his real name, which was just kind of like a real shit on the character from the comic books in
I
general.
was like, no, no, he's canon. He's canon.
It's
Everybody that
canon now.
loves
This you will see this in DC this week.
Maxwell, he's canon.
Max Lord.
This is a Warner Brothers joint, as once stated. They dropped it on Christmas Day into your local cinemas if you had the nuts to go see it for more than one reason. And it came on the HBO of Maximum. It had a runtime of 151 minutes. It cost $200 million. Gun to my head. It must have been that fucking golden suit. That's my call because it
That
could have
they
been this.
paid Alex Ross, who created that suit, $18 for.
He was like, "Oh, what the fuck? I
No,
just
he
got
was
the
very vocal about how bullshit their
I
pay
just
was.
got
It
the
wasn't
check,
actually
everybody."
18, but he didn't specifically say yeah, it was like he was just like compared to the last time before AT&T bought Warner Brothers and the payout they gave me to this time, it was offensive. I was like, oh damn.
By
He
the
was like,
way,
and it wasn't that great to begin with. I was like, oh.
by the way, I'm a Cricket guy. I don't fuck with AT&T. Cricket got the government phones.
Well, wait a minute. Cricket's owned by AT&T? Oh, son of a gun! It's their low-end fucking one. Ah, Jesus. Switch over to Boost Mobile.
They got me again. Box office 132.1 million. This is on track for what we like to call a stinker.
Well, it's a pandemic hit, though.
It is. It's not that one Nolan guy joint where everyone was like, I don't get it. So,
and he was just like, no, only this type of theater can run this at this type of frame rate. And they were like, we only have like 3 of those to begin with. He's like, well, those are 3 lucky theaters. And they were like, crickets.
Well,
no,
Dustin, I agree with crickets because they're not going to pay. But I will say the first thing I did slightly enjoy were the one sheets for this. I like the color.
That's where a lot of that budget went.
I thought I ended up liking the Wonder Woman 1 because Gail, she's gorgeous. I like the movie's look. I think this was filmed. Was it filmed? That was on film, right?
No.
I
don't think so.
Patty loves the film, I heard.
I don't know, man.
Well, it looked like it was on film to me. I could be wrong. Whatever. I guess I could look it up. That seems like a lot of work, but
it seems like a fucking. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, I did like the double opening. I didn't.
Double opening.
Yeah, let's kick this movie off.
You mean the first movie that explained the second movie that I watched, Kevin? You mean that?
No, well, maybe. I think I might have
the first movie explained the entirety of what was going to happen in the second movie, and that was pretty fucking annoying to me. So I was like, oh, fucking really?
Well, we can roast the whole 1 versus 2 after we get this comic book train a chugging. Because like you and like many, I am an apex predator, and I'm gonna kick this turd down to the hill.
I don't know. What is that in reference to?
She says she wants to be an apex predator, dude. That's when you make a wish. You kind of really get real specific with it, and they're like, "We got you."
Specifically, be an apex predator that the world has never seen before.
If she would have said, "I want to be an apex predator," and then she showed up as Randy Orton this time, or fucking RKO and everybody, I'd be like, "Okay, I mean
that would have been very believable." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Out of nowhere, the fucking RKO is just killing everything. Oh my god! I mean, that was definitely a move she should have gone with.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it looks like she worked herself into a shoot. Good job, Kristen Wiig as Chitara from Thundercats.
No, definitely as Kristen Wiig.
That's
Kristen Wiig in this movie. I can only describe her as Kristen Wiig desperately trying to explain why Kristen Wiig is in this movie. She's just like, guys, I'm in this movie. And I was just like, why are you in this movie? And then she was just like, watch, I can't walk. I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to forget my question.
Brilliant. So, she's in.
Yeah.
Cheetah. Well, this epic 2 hours and 30 minutes, man. Starts off.
Slow.
Yeah.
Can't resist.
So we're what is this called? Like what's that Beast show you like on Netflix?
Beast show? The Ultimate Beastmaster?
I think my mom likes that show too.
I mean, where is the 4th season?
Come Netflix, on. Are you listening?
Fucking come on, Sly Stallone and the real people that put on that show. Come on.
So we start off with that. But
no, it's not, Kevin. It's nothing like that. There's
Amazons are doing it.
It's a Amazonian Olympics, and everyone's competing at once. And I don't even know who's watching. Aren't you all warriors? Why are some of you watching? Are you shitty warriors? Shouldn't that be looked upon of like maybe we should do this less and train them more?
I think they're the head of the class, right? They're top tier. I mean, this little girl squeaked in and probably bumped like 20 people because she's, you
My
know,
mom runs shit.
yeah,
It's like
she's
fucking
the
just like
owner's
the real
kid.
world. Yeah.
Wasn't this girl born on a beach from sand from like God jizz or lightning? Yeah, whatever, man. She's in. Jelly much?
It was jellyfish cum. Get it right, okay? And it
Never
was
do.
Poseidon. Maybe Zeus. Maybe Hades. You know what? This part sucks. Okay. Stop trying to explain Wonder Woman. We're fucking past it. No one
Yeah,
fucking cares.
So it's a young Diana Prince. I hope you like her because she's in this movie like 95% of the time. And then sometimes Wonder Woman shows up. She's participating in this triathlon run, skeet, shoot, fart, horse event.
It's an Iron Woman competition, maybe. Might be.
There's like a real name for it, right?
Event type, like a.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's a mud rudder.
What's the aisle called? Their Amazon aisle. Doesn't it start with a T or something?
Paradise Island. No, it's Paradise Island, dude. Because there's no dudes.
No, yeah, it's like Thermescia or something.
Oh, you mean like the real one? Nah, it's Paradise Island. I don't give a fuck what they say.
Okay. So we start off. We got a big hustle for the bustle, and everyone instantly turns into CG, and it's really bad. And I just got nauseated because I just kept thinking of the Aquaman movie where they're fighting underwater for like 45 minutes, and it's just so much CG.
What do you want an Aquaman movie to do underwater for 45
I already told
minutes?
you, dude.
Fucking like fart bubbles.
Yeah, man. I want them with a leather coat. I don't really want them underwater. I want them like whooping ass.
We're not doing another Aquaman reboot, okay? We've done enough. They're never going to do it. They're not fucking cool enough, Kevin.
That's true. All true statements.
Let's just talk about Wonder Woman. And maybe
so we got young Diana. She's running through, and she's just whooping that ass, right? She's just skirting through, and this part really made me kind of sigh. Not the whole event. I mean, the event is just this big obstacle course. They're jumping. Some people fall in the water. You dive through hoops. You jump off. You fucking do a base jump off a fucking 80-foot cliff. You dive in there. You hit the fucking laps. Your cardio's out of this world. You swim to the fucking shore, and it just people are falling off, and then there's like these 5 spotters on this ridge, and whenever someone takes the lead, they kind of lower the corresponding flag to the color that they never told us, which was who and what. We were supposed to go, I guess the little girl's with it because she's the only one I know.
I guess she's blue.
Yeah.
Like, what if you hit the wrong target the next time? They're just like, oh, I guess now orange is in the lead. She's like, no, I was green. I missed.
And the funny part is, it's like they have this giant arena games type setup, real like Roman Coliseum status, and they just swim away from it. I'm like, how's the audience supposed to watch this bullshit? They're supposed to just sit in their seat and stare at flags drop? This
and they're just cheering
sucks.
like mad the whole time. They're just like, yeah, fuck, I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I was like, they were way too hyped to watch fucking colored flags scoot down little by little. It was complete.
I mean, they don't have
horseshit.
TV, so.
Yeah, but like just watching a flag go, like this, like it could have been anything else.
They don't have TV, Kevin.
It could have been anything else to have this rambling, stupid monologue later on that Diana's mother gives her about like, don't be a cheating piece of shit.
All there is truth. Yeah.
So they run the course. They jump on horses. Though, after they get off of the beach, they gun these horses down the beach coast. They grab these bows. They start sniping through these fucking.
I mean, there's no fucking arrows in sight. I want to point that out.
I thought there were
fucking arrow in sight.
Yeah, I was like, the horses aren't preloaded with arrows or anything, and I was just kind of like, what? Okay, I guess I'm all in. And they're sniping their little color perfectly inside the circle.
Yeah.
And fucking Diana's stupid ass can't pay attention. Women drivers, am I right?
Well, she's doing the thing that what's her face, the like warrior that was training her is just like, don't like keep your eyes forward.
Don't waver, right?
Don't waver, keep your eyes forward. And instead she's just like, are they behind me? Are they behind me? Are they behind me? How close are they? Oh, I got hit by a tree.
I'm an idiot. And the horse is like, I'll see you later. We don't have a
Horse is like,
bond.
we're well trained, but not that well trained.
I heard this place really isn't an island. He starts running around.
Paradise my ass. I work all the time.
I work at the tobacco fields. This is hell.
This is hell. Why do they need so much tobacco? I mean, seriously, like, what the fuck? So,
and then all of a sudden there's this, I don't know, a drainage. There's some sort of like...
It's the easy path.
It's like a little...
It's intentionally put right where it was.
So basically she hits this alpine slide with her cheeks. She's just like, bro,
it's
I'm
like Estes Park, man. You remember Estes Park? You got the butt slide, and it hurts a lot. You just kind of go down this weird like metal contraption, or like cement contraption, I should say.
And she just, no chafing, no fuss, no muss. And the horse is like, I'll meet you around.
I'll pick you up down here. I mean, I'm pretty well trained, you know.
So everyone's closing in. So Diana's got to make some fast moves. So she, shortcut, she cheats. I guess herself, I don't know, she wins in my eyes because she outthought this stupid race thing.
I mean, if she just hit her thing, she would have been fine.
Yeah, I would have.
Like, all she had to do is run over and just like, and then
yeah,
done.
It's like any other video game. So she misses like a circle. It's like, no, you got to go through the circle, dude, to keep the fucking course going. You cheating piece of crap. She finally makes it through. She's at the front. She finally right there about to pick up a spear and chuck it in the giant circle that says you win. And what you do win is this like magical armor that Alex Ross was like, BA, right, everyone?
He's like, it's pretty bad at $18.
American? And right when she goes to chuck the spear, they intercept the spear. They're like, no, you cheated. And the other two girls just right at the edge, they do their celebration. Oh, yeah, girl A won, and girl B was like, oh, shucks. And they're just like, over here, let's celebrate. Rabid fans, just like you would have thought they saw the second coming of Zeus. And they were like super stoked.
Some of them may have, Kevin. And the third.
That's very true. And dude, she just goes into crybaby shitty poo pants mode, falls down, fuck this, fuck you, you're not my mom, I'm running away, I'm gonna get pregnant at 16, I'm doing drugs, I love him, I'm keeping the baby. And I'm like, whoa, there's a life lesson you're trying to learn here. And the mom just starts rambling on. I'm like, dude, is she reading from a cookbook? What the fuck is she talking about?
I don't even know what the mom was saying. Like, the first chick was like, hey, don't cheat. I told you not to cheat. You don't fucking win by cheating.
Exactly.
And then the mom was just like, hey, I'm going to say the same thing.
No, the mom was like, grabbing me. Everyone gather around.
With like 50 extra words, you know? And like those other girls, they were celebrating. They're like, hey, where's our queen? Oh, she's fucking with the kid again. Fuck. This is why she's not allowed to have one. Like, what? Who let her have one? I told her to stay away from the beach at night.
All right? Aren't we technically all your daughters?
Technically, yeah. I mean, only one's favored. So
she's juicing, man. This little kid's got too much chi, man. She's on that Dragon Ball program.
Yeah. And then the moral of the story, Kevin. What is it?
They're plump when you cook them.
They're plump when you cook them. Exactly. It's, you can't take the shortcut in life. All we have is the truth.
I've never learned that lesson my whole life. No one, there was no Aesop tales there. I didn't, what did that even mean? Like, yeah, don't be a shitty liar. Yeah, duh. Don't cheat. Okay. Don't take the shortcut. Work hard. Sweat off your brow. Build with these hands.
I mean, really, it was just like, all we have is the truth. That was her lesson. She was like, all we have is the truth. I was like, so the other woman, she really actually covered the lesson, and she's just going to regurgitate this flowery bullshit that you just said that like really made no sense with anything in this fucking movie.
Yeah, if you would have told her, just been like, hey, man, be honest. If you want to be the best based on merit. Don't cut corners, win it, through and through because, you did it the right way,
Yeah, because it's not that, like, where did the truth factor into that? I was just like, yeah, I get it that Wonder Woman is the truth. Like, the big thing is truth. But, like, nah, she just cheated on that. I wasn't like, not.
Should have just ran away. I'm going to go live with Dad. Zeus is like, whoa, no.
He's like, whoa. Nah, we don't do that shit. Not around here. So.
I got a single apartment. I got enough room for a kid running around. Talk
He's
about.
like, have you seen my child support bill? It's fucking massive. Okay,
I'm Zeus over here.
I don't have a lightning bolt to my name. Like, come on. It's just like, why is Zeus sound like he's from New York?
Why is Zeus a flaky dad?
Because he pumps and runs, Kevin. He's not paying for it. He's pumping and going.
He hits him and forgets him.
Yeah. He launched Come and Go. All right, that's a national chain of gas stations that Zeus founded, and then
he was like,
"Do you get it?"
They're like, "I don't get it, Zeus." He's like, "You'll figure it out later."
Yeah, fuck you, fuckers. You fucking got it. They're like, "We're gonna have to remove you from the board." He's like, "Son of a again."
And that's like
first Quiznos, now this. Ah, God, I can't win one.
People are like, "Dude, what stores are these? Are these real?"
Hey, man, talk to Zeus. He's the one with failing businesses, not me.
So that's our first opening. It gives you about 15 minutes of just straight bullshit, and which was funny for me because that was the only part I really enjoyed in the first movie is when I was on the island, and they were like, "Kevin, did you like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And then when
everyone else did too.
And then when she left the island with Trevor and went to the real world, I hated it. And then they were like, "Oh, okay. How about we flip it?" I'm like, "But you didn't flip it. You just made me hate it all." They're like, "We got you." And I'm like,
"Gotcha."
Is that what we do? You get me?
You like CG island women, right? Because that's
who don't?
What we're doing. And the horse riding, you like that?
Listen, man.
Horse riding.
I swear to God, these next characters better be like cryptozoologists or something, or I'm gonna get hot movie. I'm gonna get real pissed.
They're like zoologist with a B minor in fucking anthropology.
All right, now I'm listening. Yeah. So now we go to our second opening of the movie. We're in 1984. I know this because that's what the movie's called. And I think
because every fashion mistake of 1984 is represented in one room somehow magically.
Oh, there's a fashion montage, if you will, of LOL. Remember the 80s, and I know that we're in a mall that has a lot of color, so I know it's the 80s.
Yeah,
and it's a real what would you call it? A real schlocky cornball opening.
It was one of the worst throwbacks of the 80s I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, it like I said, it was just like, hey, here's a bunch of visual 80s jokes. None of them are funny, and we've failed miserably in producing an 80s soundtrack to go with this to make it just the perfect schlock. Instead, you have Max Lord, as he's only referred to in this movie, doing some weird, shitty TV thing while we watch this.
It's almost like a real scummy used car salesman ambulance chaser type of Call Me Now commercials, but
I couldn't tell you what he was selling, though.
You find out later it's is it stocks in his gas company?
And oil.
Oil company?
It's fledgling oil company with barren fields.
That he managed to get to high levels since his younger days, and then it just kind of never really was anything, but it's been going. He's just been swindling people, I assume.
Yeah. Well, Ponzi scheme. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing one of those where they just kind of straight say it, but you find out while that's going on through this commercial of introducing him, there's this jewelry heist going on in the mall, and there's these certain items that they're looking for because they got like a shady underground. They got a shady underground back room kind of thing going on.
Black market inventory.
They're selling
very highly trafficked mall. That's where I run my black market
and
stuff.
You know when there's black market guys walking, they all look like real 80s scumbags with like the cool haircuts, sunglasses indoors. They just look like real tough guys. You see that, and here's where I was divided. It kind of breaks out to a melee because, of course, they're bumbling idiots, right? They're dropping bags. They can't get it together. Well, security
the fat one can't keep his gun in his pants, Kevin. The fat one always fucking it up. Don't get a fat guy in your crew. He'll drop his gun in the mall.
Hilarious, right?
I mean, I laughed. Not until the lady yelled, "Gun!" And I was like, "What?
And then
what?"
everyone left. Everyone scatters. Security, they got guns. You got guns. We got guns. They got guns.
We got
I'm
jammies.
like,
you want to jam? There's like, no.
And I was like, oh, Jesus. Okay, here we go. And then Wonder Woman shows up in a Spider-Man type fashion of just kind of like disarming everybody off screen. And she's off camera, and then she takes her crown and knocks out some of the CCTV cameras. And you're like, okay, she's trying to hide her identity? Huh? Okay. How does she know about petty crimes that are happening?
In a mall. She was at the food court on the 3rd floor and was just like,
she was like, oh man, this Sapporo's pizza, it tastes like shit, but I love the grease. Oh, what the fuck?
She was definitely going with the Mongolian barbecue. She was just like, oh, I love Mongolian barbecue. You get to pick it yourself, and then it tastes like shit at the end. And she was like, oh, petty crime in my mall on Mongolian barbecue day? Oh, this fucking place. I hope I inspire a bunch of little girls.
Or find love in the mall. We'll get to that later. And then she just starts, and I'm like, what's going on? And then they kind of had this like 80s, like you said, schlock campiness. And I was like, this is very different from the first one that took itself pretty seriously. Hence the DC films that take themselves seriously. They're all kind of dark too. But Patty did the first one. What's happening? Are we going to go campy? Let's just go campy. Let's do it right now. I'm ready for it. Let's liven this shit up. Let's just be real ha. Let's just wink at the fucking camera. Let's just do it.
I fucking hate when we just do when you shine a light on an era and you just make fun of that era to an audience that most likely lived through that era and is tired of seeing that. So
well, here's the big thing, dude, is like it didn't need to take place in 1984. Like
no, definitely not.
There was no massive music beds. There was no like, hey, it's the 80s. Like this, like Gal Gadot's gorgeous, and they put her in real high fashionable 80s stuff that to the untrained eye, you'd be like, is that right now? I have no sense of fashion. Is that cool? It looks cool. She looks cool.
Oh, yeah, and that's the problem though. It's such high fashion that like high fashion in general usually doesn't go, oh, that's definitely from the 80s, you know? So it's just kind of like, what was the fucking point?
Yeah, just so you can put Chris Pine in fucking like a fanny pack, and we're all supposed to chuckle because he thinks fanny packs are sick. Yeah, fanny packs are sick.
I mean, he's not wrong. Yeah, exactly. Like he made me a believer. I was like, fuck, man, I want a fanny pack. I mean, that's a good sized one. You know, you're fitting just the right amount. You know, It's not too big. I'm not overloading it and looking like an asshole. That was a good sized fanny pack.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's what kind of bothered me the most. I didn't really know what they were going to do. I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like what is it? Like fucking Spider-Man 3, right? How it was kind of like there was some Waka Waka parts in there with like
some very Waka Waka parts,
like the emo Peter and the dancing and like the whole like she's making like pecan Oreos across the hallway. And he's like, "Don't put the fucking pecans." It's like, dude, what movie is this? Did Venom make you say that?
Yeah,
I don't know. It just like it felt like it wanted to be very like early like Fantastic Four. Just like we don't know how to do these comic book movies. Like,
well, it wanted to kind of almost explain the era to people that weren't there. But by doing that, I don't know if they really realized or intended for it to be so campy and dumb. I think they were just kind of like, oh, we could put this in. Like, I could just imagine they were excited. Oh, yeah, and fucking get the ladies in the Jane Fonda fucking workout shit that, you know, I'm sure every woman in America wore at some point in the 80s. I don't believe that, but whatever.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Like, I don't think it didn't enrich the story. You could just walk in the middle of that movie and go, yeah, man, what's going on? 84? Yeah. I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I mean, it really had no reason to be
like
84, other than they're just trying to continue along this journey.
Think of
they just jumped right to it. They were like, nah, fuck the 70s, let's go to the 80s.
Yeah, totally. And that's the only
50s
thing.
50s and the 60s and you know what was this? Let's just get to modern day already.
And then like, what is she? Yeah, get to modern day already. And one last thing about the time. is anything that's kind of been recent in the last 10 years or so that's been these throwbacks like Stranger Things. It's 80s overload, right?
Yeah.
And this was just like it could, I don't know, whatever. It could have just been, I don't give a shit. I get it. And then what has she's been doing since the 70s, dude? And like what was she like
Um,
even
just
the
like
40s, right?
peace and love, man.
Like
Yeah,
dude,
I mean, like she helped end World War II. It seems like no one had a good story for any other era. They were like, I mean, do we want to do the Nixon thing? Does she stop? Does she do Watergate? Huh? Is she the reporter? No,
should
that's
should shouldn't she be like a million years old and she still lives in DC? She's not even moving around. Just get on the fucking satellite already. Like, what?
she's like, can I get on the fucking fast track to the Watchtower? Huh?
Someone read ahead. Tell her to knock
Hey,
that shit
hey.
off.
Listen, Marvin Manhunter and the fucking Aquaman, we found the fucking Justice League, okay? Don't forget that shit, Wonder Woman. All
Dude,
right? She's like, yeah, whatever, fucking jabronis. Let's get the fuck up there so you can all be forgotten about, okay?
whatever, Oreo muncher.
He's just like, hey, they're delicious, and I have a fire phobia, and I die by it like a normal person. So,
Hey, ma'am, we're gonna run a background check on you for your job at the Smithsonian. It says here you're like a billion years old, and these pictures of you punching Nazis in the dick. Are you? Is
I
this your
mean, but
mom?
goddamn, you look great in that high-end 80s fashion. So come on, let's get
What
you
are
a
you?
job.
What kind of skincare you use?
She's like, you know what? If you want skincare, you got to talk to Max Lord.
Oh,
So, but yeah,
oh,
so she beats up the guys. I didn't understand how the lasso worked. It seemed to be infinitely long, but
it
never
was.
long enough.
Listen, it's a comic book movie. You kind of let stuff like this slide, I guess, but it's
Until
easy.
I had to watch her rope them 13 times. I was like, just get them to fucking together. Get them together. Round them up. Rawhide. Something. Fucking, you're swinging around.
How about Gail? You're padding out the movie here. We got like
Winking at little girls, but like, shh, our secret. I was like, motherfucker, there's like 40 million people watching you right now in this goddamn mall. Get the shit done. Okay? You're not a secret anymore.
He's like,
All
it's
right?
cool, man. I'm about to go to my apartment. I'm done with these losers. Peace the mofo out because I got to go to work.
When that little girl ran out, she's like, hey, and then she was just like, uh-oh. And then she like threw it to a giant teddy bear and then like had a winking session at each other. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'd be like, hey, little girl, fucking awareness, okay? Awareness. I'm beating up bad guy. You want to come out and just like yell my goddamn name? Like, fuck off. You're the most annoying kid in this mall right now. And that's saying something because I saw several of them.
Dude, she was only on screen for like 5 seconds. You're kind of out of control right now.
I was so annoyed. I hate when little kids are just like, I gotta run out here and just be like, hey, can I be a part of this? It's like, no, no, no. Leave. Get out of here.
But maybe I'll grow up and work at the Smithsonian too. She's like, you trying to get my job now too?
Don't you fucking muscle up? Muscle up. Huh?
Because I'm going to be there for another 30 years.
Yeah. I got this position for life. And then my favorite part of the movie happens, Kevin. Her complete disregard for the police department's vehicles and the possibility of broken bodies.
I would have killed these men. JK, they're okay.
They're okay, maybe. I mean, the fat one probably punctured a lung.
You got to raise my taxes for destroying that cop car?
Yeah, she just fucking plows them down the roof of a cop car.
Yeah, Diana.
And it's just like, peace out.
Spider-Man would have put him up in a web, but not try to kill them. Batman would at least hung him upside down and maybe broke the ribs, but you just chucked him into a car.
You chucked them straight into a fucking car. That cop was barely clear. He shut that door and was like, oh, Jesus, goddamn. Broken glass all over. What the fuck?
Mondays, am I right, guys?
They were like, how do we convict them? I don't know. I mean, I think they got a strong case against us.
Mystery woman saves the day.
Yeah. And then then we meet Barbara Nerve Walker. It's Kristen Wiig, everybody.
Minerva.
Minerva never want to see you in the movie again.
She's a real weenie nerd, bookworm. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I guess I'll just go eat worms. She's kind of one of those. She's a cryptozoologist, hacker extraordinaire.
She does not hack. There's nothing to hack.
I was talking about her acting. Whoa!
Oh, that's fair.
She's just real nerd girl. She comes in, does the nerd girl thing by spilling her papers.
And trying to talk to every single person.
It's your first day, bro. Pace yourself.
And she's like, no, she's worked there a couple weeks. That was the sad part.
What?
That was the sad part. She was like, you hired me a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that was the HR girl couldn't remember her. That's just her being bad.
No, no one could, though, man.
But she was a Jew. And then she walked around, then Diana walks by and goes, hey, man, don't be fucking up my floors. These are my floors. I run shit here in D.C.
She's like, welcome to Smithsonian. Get the fuck out. She's like, oh, languages, it's my thing. She's just like, oh, I do other stuff, and I got a lot of degrees and things, and you know what? No one can remember all of them. It doesn't matter. It's real
like uncool girl high school teenage movie, and I was kind of like, oh,
yeah.
Really
she's like,
fitting.
I'm into bugs. I was like, okay.
This girl wants to learn. Let's beat her up.
I paint in overalls. Okay, all right, I get it. We're gonna she's all that you. That's fine. Ooh. Whatever. We're just gonna she's all that the 80s. Fair enough.
I thought there was gonna be like some big lesbo action going down. She's real hot for teacher. I don't blame her. When Diana walks in, and she's like, dude, look at those kicks. Your heels are so fierce, girl. Rare. You want to get some dinner? She's like, bro, it's like
she's like, I'm over here fucking rolling ankles and shit. You want to like help?
Diana's like, bro, it's like breakfast right now.
Yeah, she's like, you want to get like lunch? He's like, it's like fucking 7 a.m. and you're already late for work. Like, maybe clock a couple hours in before you just think about your belly. You fuck.
Yeah, it's real can't buy me love, and she's just like being a nerd, trying to be cool because Prince is a babe, and she's like, and then Diana's like, it's cool, man. Like, I'll just catch you on the flip side. And she's like, oh yeah, flip side, that's cool.
Well, no, then she gets something that Diana wants. She's just like, the fucking FBI is bringing in the shit they brought from that mall, black market mall jewelry store that they found.
Yeah, that's the next thing.
And she's like, what? You mean all that time I was lassoing those guys? There was a black market thing I could have been looking at? What the fuck? That fat guy with the gun ruined everything. My Mongolian barbecue, my fucking black market shopping. Damn.
She ruined his spine.
She definitely ruined his spine and probably gave him like gout. He's just like, I got gout forever. I don't know why. Throw me in a goddamn police car. But
so yeah, they try to bond, and she's like, Diana's kind of impressed with fucking Barbara. She's like, oh, you're really not that bad. She's like, oh yeah, I'm working this
geek,
job.
You're pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and you think it's going to be kind of like, oh, you have these traits that I wish I had, and you have these traits that I wish I had. Let's talk about over some, sparkling water. So
I don't know what the fuck they're reading or where they're reading.
It looked like a racetrack or something. I was just like, man,
DC's a wild place.
Yeah, I was like, did they go to the horse races? More horses. Show me a horse. So they're like just kind of giving each other compliments and kind of giving a little backstory. I'm just a nerd, and she's like, "Well, I think your attributes are great." Blah blah blah. So it's just really they're just blowing each other basically. And then it's always kind of funny their scenes together because Diana's always more like, "Yeah, okay, we're done now."
Yeah. Okay. And then Kristen Wiig's like, "You want to talk about boys and stuff? Like, did you ever have a boy? Is there a boy in your life?" She's just like, all right, let me just explain.
You sit down.
All right, let me do some quick math here. All right, 41 minus 84. What is that? Like 40 fucking years? 43 fucking years. There's this guy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to call him a pilot. He flew a plane once, and it was to his death. But
how did he die? Play the clip.
Play the clip. See that? stupid. It's the same scene as Captain America 1.
Two first names for his whole name. And she was like, oh my God.
Steve Trevor.
Come on down from heaven.
He's like, it's real nice up here, but thanks for making me experience the shithole of life once again.
Everything hurts again.
So, yeah, they talk about boys because you can't have two strong female characters not talk about boys.
Jesus.
Can't have them not talking about boys. What the fucking movie do you think this is? Not talking about boys. I mean, we had a whole island of women not talking about boys, but you get two women in the city talking about sex in the city and boys.
Yeah. Defined by their relationships. Yeah. So they kind of split up because...
All Wonder Woman is defined by her relationship. That's it.
Seriously. So Barbara's kind of like, you should be cool. And Diana's like, I ain't like that. And she's like, I would kind of, you're living the life. I just go home and pet my cats or whatever. And you're like, all right, let's break it up. This is getting boring.
I just beat off to fucking cryptozoology,
I thought you were going to say like cryptocurrency. And I was like,
I almost did. She's like, I'm inventing this new thing called cryptocurrency. You ever had a Bitcoin in your butthole? Because like, that's how I can't sleep with that one now. She's just like, I'm real confused by this sales pitch.
I got two more tries that are my password. I can't get in there and I'm going to lose billions.
I'm going to lose motherfucking billions. Okay. Possibly to China. I don't even know how this shit works. Okay. We just all agree. What's blockchain? What is it?
We'll save this for Wonder Woman 3. The cryptocurrency battles.
It's coming.
So they kind of said, like, in the whole time, I can't remember if the scene is before or after, but you see Diana, she's having a meal for one, and then everyone's getting roses. All this, like, it's like a Valentine's Day movie. All this romance has happened around her. The fucking waiter goes up. He's like, hey, you ugly, lonely turd. Is anybody else going to meet you here? And she's like, no, just me. I miss Steve. And he's like, thanks, I'm going to go ahead and strike this side of the table and bust it really quick. And she's like, I'm still here. He's
weird. Like, that's like, they don't really need to do that ever.
It's like, I was like, are you guys so packed you just really needed that dish?
Because you have to wash it now. I don't care what you say. You want a D in the window? You're going to get one.
But it was outside.
Yeah, that happens right after the mall scene, before we start with Barbara. I forgot about that scene. Because, yeah, it's like, it's weird because they want you to, like, think, oh, she's moved on romantically.
I didn't think that at all. I thought,
I was like, you're not fooling me at one fucking second. Even if I hadn't seen the trailer, I wouldn't fucking fall for that. Like, what are you talking about?
And plus, they sprinkle in a bunch of Steve Trevor's, like, fucking pocket watch. There's pictures of her at the farm and the ranch and just them together.
Just like the CG photo of her in front of a stupid sign.
And I was like, did she bury him at the ranch?
Like, there's no body, Kevin. He blew up in a plane.
I mean, did she bury that watch at the ranch? Oh no, she hasn't. I mean, was there two watches?
Fucking picture of him when he first joined the military.
I don't know. She went through his shit hard.
Yeah, she did. She was just like, and I really like. I don't find that believable. When just to touch on her apartment real quick, like, I have pictures around my house. It's not all from one fucking period in my life. I wasn't just like, this is the only time I want to see representative photos. Nothing else. Nothing.
It's like, I get it. Like, you had your first love. You left Lesbo Island. You came to the real world, and it was a man that taught you how to love, even though you left your scissor sisters behind. And now you're just like, okay, that was so many
problems with everything you just said, but okay.
Hey, man,
people are like, the what now? The who?
Are they talking about that band? That band was awful. Hey, I'm like, ooh,
she's defined by her relationship with a man, so.
Exactly. So I get it. Like, if you're going to if you're going to make her vulnerable and that's something that she's struggling with, then maybe it could be the trust because, I lost someone I tried to trust. I gave love to him at the very first time. And granted, he died in a fucking ball of flames to help me fight this awful CG battle in the fucking first one. But you know what?
Possibly against Hades. Who knows?
Wasn't it Ares?
Oh yeah, it was Ares.
God of War.
And she whooped his ass.
So. Yeah, and then you're like, okay, and then, like, if she had those hangups, can you show it to me in another way besides her? Maybe she's too scared to don the crown again, or say, she can't wear a wristwatch. She can't play Call of Duty, the old ones in World War I.
Like,
she gives her the shakes.
I won't. tell time. Okay, I'm waiting for digital. Casio's got this fucking banging ass watch.
Yes, I could turn back time.
I'm gonna use that. All right, I'm a digital girl. I can't do this analog world.
I said, Steve Trevor, you burned at a fireball, then I'd stay. He's like, what? I did? Oh, fuck.
They're like, we don't have the rights to that song. Move on. You're like, oh, Jesus, Hans. Jesus.
So yeah, she's just real boy crazy, but not really. She's just kind of like almost like a mourning widow for 40 years, but they were never married. And you're kind of like, okay, but you're still
they
off.
fucked on that boat for sure.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
if the boat's a rocket, don't come and knock it.
He's like, this is a long boat ride. She was just like, listen, the sea isn't the only thing that's wet. It just fucked up all of what I was trying to say.
Everybody's like, boo! Go back to the share cover. That's the thing, dude. Like, if they banged on that boat, which they did, where's the Wonder Woman kid? Is her Amazon like vagina so powerful it just pushed his weak human jizz out, and they were like, "No, baby,
well, Kevin,
it needs to be Superman sperm. I'll see you in the future." She's like, "Who's Superman?" Oh, you'll find out.
Oh, you'll find out the hard way in a bad Zack Snyder movie.
Is this all canon? Like, what orders is taking place? Who knows? It's DC, baby. We just do whatever we want.
Who gives a damn? Well, Kevin, she's made out of dirt and clay, so found on a beach shore, by the way. I don't think there's many beaches that have just clay on them, but whatever. And so she has no uterus, so there is no monthly cycle. And plus, I mean, she would only have a certain amount of eggs, so like they're probably gone by now, I imagine. You know, it's not like she has infinite eggs. That'd be weird.
What, dude?
Eggs? How do you think a baby's made, asshole?
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No uterus? No, like, what do you? She's an Amazon. That's all they're doing is they're bred. They're just for fighting. Like, yeah. She's a demigod, dude. She's got eggs forever. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Dirt. She does not have eggs forever. Okay, I will argue this on any Wonder Woman fandom. That
you argue alone.
I'm not saying that as a mean thing.
To the black room space of time and forever.
Anyway, there's no Steve Trevor baby. Okay.
Yeah.
He was really into spermicide at the time. He was like,
I don't even know.
Not gonna trap me that way.
We're here with Max Lord now.
Yeah.
He's out there wheeling and dealing. He goes back to his base of operations, some giant mega corporation building that looks dope on the outside. And
no. Doesn't he go to the Smithsonian first?
I think either way. I think he doesn't know about I don't think he knows about the magical wish rock until.
Well, he already knows about it because that was his.
Or I think he doesn't know where it's at. I thought he went there first, and then he got the wish rock. Because remember, he gets sweated. He's all freaked out. I'm not a loser. You're a loser. And we find out, and then he's just like, "Oh, I found where the rock is," because he gets the call.
Yeah, no, it totally. He does go to the Smithsonian first because then after the loser thing, then he puts on the party. So he has to go to the Smithsonian first.
Okay.
So it's the next day.
Well, the Smithsonian, it's weird because I guess he said he's an investor, but he got this bankrupt oil company. So the Smithsonian's like, take this nickel tour with this new chick that doesn't know where she's at because she's new, but whatever. And it's a behind the scenes tour. And the FBI has given us all this stolen goods so we can try to place it of origin because it's probably black market stolen. And he's just allowed to freely walk around. That's kind of like...
And touch all of it.
Yeah. It's like
all the ancient artifacts.
That's evidence. You can't interact with that shit. Like, why is he even getting to see this stuff? You know what I mean?
Pablo Pascal.
Well, that's true. He's awesome.
Kristen Wiig is as thirsty for him as the rest of the fucking internet.
Mm-hmm. She's like,
I haven't seen so many thirsty people since Taco Bell introduced Baja Blast Mountain Dew.
Ooh, I went to Burger King today, dude. They got Surge.
I know, they've had Surge. Do they have it freely flowing from the tap? Can I order it through the drive-thru?
Yeah, you can. BK exclusive. 'Cause I was like, ooh,
that's a good
BK's.
exclusive.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit,
That's way better than Baja Blast Mountain Dew, because I was joking about that. You couldn't fucking pay me to drink that shit.
Surge is gone now.
Unless you sponsor the podcast with it, and then I'll drink it every time. I'll hate it, but I'll do it.
Yeah, man, that's what's inside the Mandalorian's helmet. He's just that backpack's pumping Surge. That's why he's so fucking cool.
But yeah, that's why, because he's just allowed to, like, you know, he's rich. Kristen Wiig is boy crazy. A boy is giving her attention.
And he's in there doing the gimmick. He's all pointing, shucking, and jiving.
Yeah.
Real greasy politician from the 80s, allegedly.
I mean, he's really more of like a crooked salesman. I mean, I didn't get a political vibe from him until, you know, midway through the movie. So.
Oh, where he gets all Trumpy?
Yeah, I guess. I mean.
I think that's what they were trying to mock. I don't know. It's up to interpretation, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I really didn't. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't focused on that, or maybe I'm just burnout on that or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird that Maxwell Lord, who I could be wrong, I don't believe he actually started off as a Wonder Woman like character until she snapped his neck. Mm-hmm. And the only reason she snapped his neck was because he was part of the Justice League International, you know, the real goofball one.
Yeah.
That Dan DiDio was just like, this will fucking never work. And everyone's like, we love this forever. We'll never let it die. And he was
fucking,
like,
it's canceled.
I'll fucking cancel it, and I'll kill all of them one by one. I will ruin these characters. You like Wally West? I'm going to fucking kill him and ruin him every time I can. Every time. And they were like, Dan, you're out. And he's like, oh, fuck, I'm going to ruin Wally West real quick. And they were like, we got to fix it. So, true story, by the way, on that.
True story. Check it out.
But Maxwell Lord, not a super interesting character. Doesn't really do anything. Part of Checkmate, which is like a criminal organization sometimes. Other times it's like a watchdog organization. And, yeah, didn't use any of that. They were just like, he's an oil baron, but like a failed one. Let's do that. That's
Jeff Johns.
And it just didn't, like, I don't know why he had to be Maxwell Lord, is the thing. He could have just been a new character, and that would have been fine.
Could have been the Wishmaster.
Yeah, something like that. Because it just, this backstory, they changed the origin of his name and everything. I was just like, what was the point of this to make me just kind of go, do I know anything about Maxwell Lord?
No.
I don't, but I know none of this is there. So, whatever.
Yeah. So, he's the bad guy, everybody.
I mean, is he, though? He's just trying to have no repercussions for all of his actions.
I don't know. You know what, dude? I don't really know what he was trying to do, actually. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know
what his end game was.
The movie is kind of in control, right? It's doing this really terrible thing, but it's cognizant, right? I feel like it has a purpose.
Yeah. Once
Max Lord puts his Rico Suave moves on Barbara, Barbara's like, oh, and he's like, my house, my party house, be there, be squared.
Yeah.
Maxwell out. He leaves, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty for that dang-a-ling, I'll be there. And then fucking Prince is like, dude, I don't go to shit like this. And then she starts looking at the fucking artifact, and everyone's just kind of like, why was he looking at the artifact? But then is it gone already? I get all this kind of confused just because.
I can't remember exactly if it was the first time they were looking at artifacts.
Oh no, it is the first time because they show the gimmick of the artifact. They're all looking at it, and Diana reads it, and she's like, "Oh, it's Latin," and then it says like fucking.
Oh yeah, you're
squeeze your cheeks, make a wish. And the dude's like, I wish I had a fucking cup of Joe. I was like, that's a shitty wish, fuckhead. But he's just being a fuckhead employee.
Yeah, he's just being a total fucker, and he just blew his one wish.
Dickhead. This guy comes in, he's like, hey, man, somebody fucking paid it for it and got me a 2 cup of coffee. You want one? He's like, I'll take one.
He was like, I fucking got 2. Caroline's not here. Did anyone know that Caroline's not here? And he was like, fucking free coffee. I was like, that guy's the best.
Wish? Like if it was the real, like if it was the real monkey paw thesis of like this wish stone thing of you get your wish but something shitty happens about it, he should have threw the coffee in his fucking face and been like, "There's your free coffee," and I'd be like sick.
No, he'll have the shits every time he drinks coffee now for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's funny too.
That's the real monkey paw of anyone who drinks coffee.
So that hits too close to home. We lost a lot of viewers on that one.
They were like, "No, it's true. We talk about it. We love it." Yeah, and then Diana makes her wish, and then Barbara makes her wish.
Because Diana just stares at it. She's like, "Should be cool to see Steve Trevor again."
She's like, "One wish. I don't even know what I would wish for." And she's just like, Steve Trevor. Fuck, did I say Steve Perry? Oh, God, they're going to give you Steve Perry.
And everybody's like, "God, that band sucks. What band is he in? Name it."
I don't want to.
So then the other girl is just like, "I wish I was fucking Diana Prince because she's slaying in those little cheetah high heels." And I was like, "Yeah, she's pretty hot. Are you going to get hot?" Next question. And then
you're going to give their best attempt.
Did they? And then did they really?
They gave their best attempt, Kevin. I didn't say they were successful. Okay.
I saw no evidence of Hollywood magic. 200 million, you couldn't throw 5 her way. Oh!
She's like, I take it on the back end.
I bet you do.
Oh, hey, I'm married. I got kids. You know we don't do that at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got our wishes out there.
They're out there.
And so the next morning, we gotta wake up and now. Oh no, I'm sorry. And then that's when they go to dinner, and they split. And Barbara's going back to the office. She's gonna do some more work.
With her little backpack and her high heels that don't fit because she's just trying to be a big girl in the big time city. And oh no, my heels don't work.
Just wear flats. No one gives a fuck. And then the most aggressive sexual predator in all of cinema. In all of cinema.
You hear that,
ever.
Cape Fear guy?
Just 10 times more. He sees a woman with a giant backpack and is just like, yeah, time to get the harassing on. Gonna put my dick in it. And this drunk Wall Street motherfucking politician guy is just like, "Hey lady with the vagina and the face, you wanna get with me?" And she's just like, "No thank you." And he's just like, "Come on, I'm gonna hit you." And then Diana just Spider-Mans him, kicks him halfway across a fucking park, ruptures his liver.
That's for later.
Yeah, that's for later. When just
guy,
out of coincidence, this guy, he just knows Barbara's routine, just like the bum that she fed, because he knows her routine too. He's just like,
"Oh yeah," she stops at
Barbara. Did you do this? I was like,
so to rationalize Barbara going through a creepy fucking park, she gives like some homeless guy some Panda Express or something, and he's just like, "Wow, thanks."
He's like, "Thanks. This is stone fucking cold, and it's disgusting." The minute the heat leaves this Panda Express, it's disgusting and unedible. I don't know why you keep bringing it here. Okay,
this cardboard chicken.
And what was he reading? I was like, my God, this is the most well-read bum. Why does he just hold up on this fucking park bench? If he's that well-read, go to a center, get some help. Goddammit! Don't just keep reading books on the bench. Bum.
He was reading the Bummy Times.
He's just like, oh, so that's how I get ahead in the bum life.
Mm-hmm.
Put my nose where it don't fucking belong. Excellent.
Yeah, so she Spider-Man's her, and she's like, "Oh my God, where did you come from?" She's like, "I came back here to get my keys. Your car keys, give them to me. Your clothes."
I mean, we were walking opposite directions somehow and met here, but we left from the same place. And why was I following you? I don't know. All these questions and more will never be answered.
I don't know
how Diana patrols.
How does Diana patrol? Like, is she just swinging around a giant, like,
she has 12 TVs all pointed to the exact spot she needs to be in.
Here, these are the hot spots of crime.
Yeah. This park where this guy sexually harasses aggressively every night. Yeah. She's like, I've kicked this motherfucker into trash cans so many times. He just comes back.
You know what? It's like in traditionally Wonder Woman's not the patrolling superhero character. She's a big gun. You're like, hey man, we got fucking assholes coming from space. We got assholes coming from other Earths. We got assholes coming out of the ocean. We need a chick that's going to go in here and she's a fucking heavy. She's a tank. We need something to get wrecked. She's like, yo, call
she's
Wonder
definitely
Woman.
tank class. Like you're not calling her in for strategy. You're calling her in to fucking put a hole through something, you know?
Exactly, dude. And they don't. And everyone's just like, do we make her do the thing where she's pulling cats out of a tree? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, damn near. So
it's so.
And so they fucking kick a hole through this guy, and she's like, how'd you do that? She's like,
eat your veggies.
It's another 80s quote or quip here. Self-defense. There you go. I used his own momentum and threw him 20 fucking yards away. So I
was like, that's
is this believable?
Yeah. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So then, now, all right. And then work the next day, Maxwell. And now we're at Maxwell's gigantic house complex ? Business. I don't fucking know.
And basically just reveals it looks all great on the inside for like 5 seconds. So you go up to the real, you basically pull back the veil and he's just a fraud. He's just bankrupt. There's dudes up there. One of his investors is just like, you're fucking trying to cheat us. You piece of shit scumbag. And then his secretary.
In front of his son too.
Oh, that's the best part. Just roasting him. And the son's like, Dad, is this true? And he's like, I'm not a loser.
Well, yeah, I was like, hey, Alistair, he fucking told you to fuck off already. First of all, bad listening, buddy. Bad listening. Second of all, why is Maxwell Lord a weekend dad? Like, what the fuck are we introducing here, DC?
Every time it's his weekend, I was more shocked than him.
I was like, we're still doing this? Oh, my God. I thought that kid was in one scene and done.
Yeah, this kid's
all of his character motivation, you say.
Yeah.
Oh, did Jeff Jones have a baby or something? Why is this in here? Why is this in here?
I was just like, okay. And then like his performance as Maxwell, it kind of teeters on interesting because I feel like he's the only lively one in the movie, but it borders on overacting because everybody else just is so boring and muted. Where he's very animated. He's a little shticky.
Yeah, and he's just left on his own. Like, he's not with our main star of the movie for 90% of the movie, I want to say.
Yeah, it's almost like they said, there's like almost 2 different movies going on. It's just like, well, what's the thing? Do you want it to be fucking Cheetah or do you want it to be Maxwell? Who's the bad guys? Like, is she going to be like building this? Is she creating her own adversary with Barbara and the magic? And then we got Max over here. Just now he's magic, and what the fuck? Like, and they, it's like if Max would have recruited Barbara like faster and been like, hey,
he doesn't even recruit her. Barbara just goes to him. She's like, I can't let the Wishmaster die, and he's just like,
yeah, like I would have been like,
cool, whatever.
Then that's how they kind of link up, and he should have been more of like, hey, do you like what that wish gave you? Guess what? I'm the Wishmaster now. Because
you get a second wish because it's
yeah, because
start it over, I guess.
It's because we just don't, because there's no rules to the wishing. It's just it's a completely fucking whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, you get one, but then he can pick the monkey paw, and it's like, what? Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we could just get to that part. So he basically
no. You can't get to. What do you mean get to that? The monkey paw part?
No.
The party?
Yeah, I guess we can get to the party. We have to get to the party.
Yeah, you have to, because this is where the movie takes a 35-minute detour.
But also, it's the same time where the movie starts.
That's very true. Finally something has happened.
So basically, Prince goes back. She's there at the lab because she had to double back for her keys or whatever, and she starts sniffing around the she kind of puts 2 and 2 together about the whole fucking like Latin wish monkey paw crystal. And she's like, oh no, it looks like the Maxwell Lord was trying to get this imported from his Amazon account or whatever.
Well, that's the next day before the party when Barbara's put it in.
Yeah, this is before the party. I thought we just wanted to get her to the party, right?
Yeah, let's just go to the party. Yeah, so
Yeah.
she's on to Maxwell Lord, basically.
But this is her. Yeah, she's on to Maxwell Lord. She's down now. She goes to the party just so she can look gorgeous in this fucking dress.
Yeah, and
And
every man with
I
a
would too, man.
fucking
That
centimeters
was where I was like,
hey,
listen,
baby.
I was not mad at any guy. I hate scumbags, but when I saw her in
mean,
that dress, I'd be like, hey, I'm working the party, but I gotta put this straight out. Hello, miss.
I mean, yeah, they were taking their shot. They were like, fuck it, I got it. I mean,
I would. I fuck it.
She's walking fast. I got to be quick. This is
She-
how the cat call was invented.
She's
Ow,
been dealing
ow.
with that for 40 years, and she was
Yeah,
just
she has
like, you know
no.
what?
That's why no men have taken over for Steve Trevor because he didn't oogle her. He just was drowning on a beach.
It's the power of a first love, Dustin.
Yeah, I saved him. Little did I know he saved me.
Romantic. I think write that down.
Nah, I'm not going to.
Okay. So we're at the party. Max Lord meets up with Barbara, and he's just laying it on real thick. He's like, "Hey, you want to go back to your office and boogie to bang when they hang?" And she was like, "Okay."
She's like, boys, love them.
I know what boys like. They like cheetah vagina. Boys like
Boys are like,
you.
no, what? No, we don't like that. That's not yet. Wait till furries are introduced in the world. Yeah, they're making out. And she's like, yay, attention, because
It's
now
so-
she started to. I think we bypassed the part where she like takes off her gross baggy pants and is wearing like a perfectly cut like 80s mini skirt shirt
We
thing.
did.
And
She's basically coming out of her shell. She's getting the confidence. She's puffing her hair. She's doing her makeup. I mean,
People are
she's
noticing
trying.
her.
Am I right, ladies? She's just trying.
oh yeah, she got those crazy heels.
Mhm.
She jumped over some water that the fucking shitty janitor spilled.
Yeah, she got
He was
hot
just like-
moves.
He was like, "You're dynamite in those goddamn heels, Barbara." And she's like, "You remembered my name."
Yeah,
was like,
man.
Fucking
then
scummy
she's-
bum janitor guy. All right,
He's
whatever.
a good guy, dude. He's just doing his job.
He wasn't doing it very well, Kevin. He spilled a bunch of water.
The
and that was
bucket
a
got
trip
away
hazard.
from him, man. You ever lift a bucket
How's
of
a
water?
fucking, yes, I have, and the bucket does not get away from you unless
Got
you're just a dickhead.
Got away from him. Hey, man.
Well, I'm just saying he might be in the West Wing next time. You know,
He was having a case of the Mondays. So, and then
on a
she's
Thursday.
yeah, his Mondays are every.
He's
7
like,
days a
listen,
week.
I drink like every night Sunday. They're just like, what? And I don't want to go to work on Monday. You hear me?
No, sir, no more dialogue from you. You're just the janitor. You
Just
you
the
got
janitor. You said
you
your
got your
heel
line.
line. Move on.
yeah. The guys that are dissing her now are checking her out. She doesn't need glasses because glasses are for nerd pussies. As I adjust mine, and then
She's like, I read so goddamn much, my eyes are fucking banging too.
everything
Like,
she says is just a funny quip, and everyone's just like, "New girl's hilarious." Not that new girl, but that new girl, the one on Hulu, the one on Netflix, the one
no,
that got
don't watch
canceled.
any of them. The one on the HBO Max, 5 million subscribers. It's doing well.
You mean this movie?
Investors are really loving it.
You mean like McDonald's?
Definitely not like that. Do you sell stocks of McDonald's? Because we
HBO?
are.
It is so funny at the party. She's just looking for Max, and he's upstairs. She goes downstairs. She goes upstairs, and she sees him downstairs. And I was just
Freaking
laughing.
She's like, fuck, man, I gotta get hit on by like 19 motherfuckers
And I was like,
just to
"Gee."
get to one floor.
And then one guy's like, "Hey, miss," and she's like, "Ugh, god damn it, eat a dick, members only." And
She's like, I don't fucking know you. He's just like, you do know me. She's like, no, I don't. And I was like, oh god.
and he's
Is
like,
this what I think it is?
he was like, "Hey there, sugar cheeks," and she was like, "Only one man called me sugar cheeks."
No, he slaps a watch in her hand and repeats the shittiest line.
He's like, his line was, "What is it? Game time? What time is it? Game time? What time is it? Game time?"
Here's the thing, Kevin. If you remember the first movie, she could not hear what he was saying.
I don't remember that.
She couldn't hear it. She was like, what? What are you saying? She was deafened, temporarily deaf from an attack of like a fucking bomb going off by her head. She could not hear him say that line.
Did she read
So
his lips?
why did they have him say that line again?
I don't know, dude, because no one was gonna remember but you.
Did no one else watch I only watched the first movie once. I remember that because it was stupid and hysterical. I was just like, what? Why is this happening? Why is he talking? He knows she can't hear him.
Joke's on you, man. She heard him because she remembered. She was like, Stephen Trevor.
And then she just stares, and the room and the camera, they spin and they spin, and magically he's transformed into Chris Pine.
And I was like, what's happening?
And I was just like, so, huh? It was like, we did Freaky Friday.
I was like,
and it was just Chris Pine. They only did the gimmick once of showing whose body he was actually occupying.
Well, I thought to myself, was this in the script? Did they just like add it to the script? Did someone okay this? Did they?
I just couldn't believe that was.
Did they spend the day setting this shot up, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, man, this makes sense."
Because here's what doesn't make sense, though, Kevin. Everyone else's wish was very much literally what they wished for. I want to be like
he should have came back as like a zombie with half his face blown off with his flight jacket, going Diana.
And I was like, possessed in someone else's body,
born on a
which
Monday.
Seems like that's what you paid. Yeah, he's Solomon Grundy.
I was like, this is sick. This is so sick right now.
That would actually be fucking sick as hell. He's just like, you better kill me by Sunday. And she's just like, huh? He's like, nothing.
He's just carrying a tombstone. He's like, Rrr. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna have to knock him into space. I think Superman to do that shit. He always comes back.
Yeah. He does. Sometimes he's a smart Grundy too. Jeff Johns wrote that. That was pretty fucking dope. I mean, he ruined it in like 3 issues though. So it was like, oh, they're never doing this again.
Damn it, Jeff.
He's just like, we can't have nice things. I'll kill it. That's what I do. See Superboy Prime.
Come on, Geoff.
And then, I just didn't understand because it seems like, okay, well then the price is paid. He's not technically back. He's just weirdly inhabiting someone else's
Dude,
body.
It was stupid. It was straight stupid. He should have just came back and he's like, hey, I'm only here for a limited time. It feels weird. It's like I was being pulled back. I don't think this is really me. This feels like something else has got me here. Something like that. Give me some, like if you do the traditional monkey paw thing, then he should have come back as a corpse. Like, whatever. But they were like, that's not romantic.
That's not romantic. She can't just bang a corpse. No, she's going to bang a random guy who might have an STD because it's the 80s. And he looks like a doofus.
Dude, she's got
typically plays a doofusy bad guy.
She's got a demigod vagina. Ain't no STDs getting in there, and ain't no weak dude jizz making it either.
It just forces it back out. He's just like, Jesus, that was not enjoyable for me. Like, your vagina aggressively pushed my cum out back at me.
No all cream pies up in here. Boom.
She's like, this shit's squeaky clean.
All right, it's getting gross.
Squeaky clean.
Let's.
Getting gross. I mean, you're the one that brought the joke back twice. I just put the fucking crescendo on it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that would never come again.
Everyone just deleted, stopped it. You like that?
No, someone appreciated that. They were like, "Oh, wordplay, I love it." Anyway,
top down, guys. I'm listening at work.
Yeah. So Diana's just like, "Fuck a Maxwell Lord. I got my wish going on here. I am out.
I'll see you later, movie. I'm gonna go doing this other movie."
Yeah. So Maxwell Lord is like, I'm still in the crystal because no one's here to stop me because, fucking,
the hero gave up.
The hero gave up. The hero saw some dick and was just like, I'm out. I'm good. Fuck, this world sucks anyway. So.
Oh, Trevor, what was I supposed to? Whatever. Let's get that booty. And I was like,
well, I'm sure Barbara's fine. She's got this. I mean, she's like half me already anyway. So. Yeah, so they go back to Steve's place. And I guess there's some bachelor jokes.
He took over a guy's body, and he just knows. He's like, "Yeah, dude, I woke up here, and I'm using like the I found you in the phone book." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, "You're hundreds of years old now, and you're in the phone book.
You registered your name and number."
Yeah, like and you think that was a smart play with as many guys? Like you have to beat men off of you.
She's
Just
like, I
walking
filled
down
out
the
the
hallway.
census. I fill out the census report. If I don't
She's like,
fill it,
I'm a good goddamn citizen. Okay, I never lie in the census. I mean, sure, every time I fill it out, I lie on it technically, but never again.
It blew my mind that we just found one of the core DC superheroes in the phone book.
Oh yeah.
It was literally some of the dumbest shit ever. Ever. I know this is a comic book movie, everyone. I know it's a time to take it. Like, if they take themselves seriously, I can only take what they give, right? They're giving me some super dumb shit, but they're trying to play it serious. I'd be okay if this was a little hokey and campy and we are kind of doing the Waka Waka superhero. I'd be so like, found her in the phone book. LOL, everyone. But they're playing this shit straight as much as they
Yeah.
can, and I'm fucking insulted. I just don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, they tour his place. They do the face in the mirror gimmick because they have to. I guess I don't know. That's the rule. You do a body possession. They got to look in the mirror
And I'm like,
and
Quantum Leap
raise their
called.
eyes. Yeah, and then the sad part is the guy that is in the mirror didn't even raise his fucking eyebrows the same amount as Chris Pine. I was just like, what the fuck?
Get off his
This
nuts,
is
dude. He's
lazy.
only in the movie for 2 minutes.
Dude, they made me watch it. I'm gonna talk about
They
it.
made
okay?
him do it. He was like, I'm sorry,
He
everyone.
didn't
I'm
do
not.
it well.
He didn't want to. He read the script. He's like, this is straight bullshit.
He's
Found
like, so
her-
I just show up at the end and I'm just like a okay guy? Oh, that sucks.
He found her in the phone book. This movie's stupid.
He's just like, phone book. Wait, how did she hear? He didn't.
Is that the reason it takes place in 1984? So we can use a phone book?
Yeah, that's what they were like. All right, what if we do the 90s? No, you won't know how to use a cell phone or something. All right, phone books. Let's just go to phone books. All right,
We're
fine.
stuck in the 80s. Phone book gimmick's going to lock down the whole movie.
Do we have to show any phone booths because those are just like nowhere now? You know.
Yeah, we will. This is movie magic.
So yeah, so then they bang, Kevin. They bang. They spend the night together.
She bang.
She bang.
I don't know
how
that
that
song.
song goes.
I don't know.
We know the title. That's
Felt right,
something. It did. It
came
felt
out
right.
Came out wrong.
She bang, she bang, she move. I think that's pretty much gonna.
Yeah, she moved. She took him on a tour of DC.
Yeah. Then she
And,
started showing him art, modern art, breakdancing.
Everyone was looking at. Dude, this guy.
Oh no, we forgot the clothing montage. Where
Oh no, I already mentioned it earlier, so it's fine.
But no, he dresses like Michael Jackson. He make a parachute joke.
It's just not funny.
It's not funny at all. She
It's
dresses him. He
Like
looks
your
like
mom would laugh at this kind of joke. That's what it felt like to me. It's a real mom joke.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who was laughing at that. I don't even
Your
think they
mom-
qualified as jokes. I think it was just like something that was happening, and they wanted us to take it seriously.
Yeah, and like
I've
Diana
never been
doesn't-
like, Chris
Diana
Pine,
doesn't
you're
sell
so
any of
hilarious.
it.
No,
She
knows
sold
those.
none of it.
That's
She's
because
leaving
Gail Gadot can't act, so that was probably her selling it the best she could. So
Hey, she's gorgeous. She doesn't have to.
yeah, all right. Well, we're just gonna agree to disagree on that. So
You don't think she's a good-looking woman?
I think she's a good-looking woman. I said she can't act,
I didn't say she could.
and because she can't act, I don't really care to look at her that much.
Wow,
All right.
I can't believe you just body shamed her.
I did
Anywho,
body shame her. I acting shamed her. Okay.
they hit the streets of DC and they're always looking at planes and stuff and just everything.
He's like,
There's art. He doesn't understand art. It's real boring and dumb. Did you ever see Encino Man? It's just like that.
It is like that, only with a trash can joke. And I was just like, that trash can's not even era appropriate. And that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
There, I said it.
Take that movie.
Take that, you
First a
fuck.
phone book, now a trash can. Get it together. Tighten your shit up. They won't.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, Max, we got to jump back to Max, actually. That same night while she was banging, Max was doing his evil plot where he, in the strangest move ever, wishes to be the wishing crystal. And I was just like, wait, what? That's your wish?
Yeah.
And I fully expected him to turn into a crystal, and that would be the end of the movie. But instead, there was just a bunch of sand and dirt everywhere.
I thought he was just going to wish to be rich. Like he was
Yeah, wish for the
allegedly.
oil.
Yeah, what? Because he's already shown that that's how he defines his success, right?
Yeah.
And then he saw his kid, or his kid saw him be a loser. Some other old man called his old man a loser, and you're like, yeah, I see that. And then he was like, I'll never be a loser. I'm a loser. I don't want to. I just want to be big. That's what I was like. What do you? What is
Yeah,
this?
it just, his motivation doesn't make any sense. So yeah, so then after he wishes, then he goes to see the old man, and he's like, I just want to say sorry. I know that you want us to be successful. I know you'd wish for that, and kind of like weirdly tricks him into saying, I wish that your business was successful. And once he says it, then
He has to touch them. That's the big
yeah,
key.
it has to be touching him, like if you were touching the crystal, like the asshole with the coffee when he's like, I wish I had a cup of coffee.
I didn't understand. Like the wishing was very, 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 very confusing because it didn't have any rules. It
No, he just got to make up the consequences because I guess that's the loophole is if you become the crystal,
You get to call both sides of the shot.
yeah, I get, which I thought was like real utter bullshit, and it really swung this movie into a like, who fucking cares? Like really quick.
Well, it starts to show visually later on. The movie just goes off any rail that it was kind of grabbing, and it just turns into like, dude, I don't know. It just turns into a big clusterfuck of like,
It's just,
how is Diana stopping this? Where is the end game? Like,
well, she doesn't have a lot of urgency.
No,
that's for sure.
She's hanging out 30 minutes with her boyfriend.
And his whims seem to switch after every wish, where he's just like, all right, this is boring. Let's do something else now, guys. Let's like hit the mall.
But no, then he gets
for some chicks or something.
Because then Max starts getting he gets like the wish sweats, right? So if he doesn't get more people for wishes, he's dying. He's like coughing up blood. He's bleeding out of his ear. He's just having a.
Well, it's the effect of all that power coursing through him. It's basically killing him.
Exactly. What says who? Like it isn't like he didn't get progressively worse each wish.
Well, that's kind of I mean, they said it when they said then civilization ended. I don't know, man. That's my interpretation of it because there is nothing is explained, no rule is given. There's no rules or nothing.
It's so stupid, dude. So now Black Gold, his company or whatever, is just rich as hell. It's his weekend with the kid, and he's like, oh well, there's this oil baron in fucking, I don't remember where he is.
He's like, fucking Alistair again. No, that comes later. It's not his weekend yet. It's like in the middle of the week. Clearly, Alistair's back with his mom and a new boyfriend. So, yeah. So then, yeah, he wants to go take this other guy who's been listed as like the new kid on the block for the oil industry, and he's like, I'm gonna fly to Egypt, and I'm gonna meet with this guy, and then Diana's just like, I don't know, they like storm his. Don't they like break into his fucking house or whatever? Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They go into the compound thing or whatever he's got going on, and they see like the magazine and the tickets. I was just like,
because Steve Trevor is the #1 detective in all of DC. The first thing that motherfucker did is he was like, "Hey, remember my spy training? All right, I'm gonna go for the trash can." He's like, "This says Cairo. This says oil. We're going to Cairo, baby."
Looks like we got ourselves a cowboy.
Yeah, and now before Diana picks up the ring that once held the crystal and sees the language of the gods and like shits her pants a little bit, she's like, "Oh shit, that's the god language." And I don't understand why she couldn't look at it. Still, she was just like, "I can't touch that shit." She's like, "I'll turn back to clay or something." I don't know. There's no fucking rules.
There's no rules. There's no rules to this part. Oh, okay, here we go.
And she's like, oh, this is whatever god, like my lasso. It's in, it's not that I make it tell the truth. It's that everyone, the truth is out there or whatever. And I'm Mulder and this is how it works or whatever. And she doesn't say which god creates it. I guess we're just supposed to know the Greek god of, I don't know, wishing or something.
Yeah, it's probably out there. Oh, I just found a snippet. Maxwell, basically Pascal's performance is basically based off of Wall Street. The Gordon Gekko guy, I guess, and then a little bit of Lex Luthor from Dawn or Superman. Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, I don't like it. But,
well, that was the vibe. That was the vibe. I just couldn't place the vibe.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah, I mean that makes some sense. So.
Well, I mean there's a correlation now, so of him just being this kind of charismatic greaseball, like just real potentially dangerous, because that's how Gene Hackman was.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
But I don't. Hackman fit his whole movie tonally, and where Pascal kind of feels a little out of place.
He does. I mean, he definitely does. But then so does Minerva. Like she feels out of place, you know. Yeah, and then
exactly.
Then there's Steve Trevor. Why is he here? He's definitely out of place, you know.
He's like, I signed on for 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they were like, people really loved our on-screen chemistry. No one did. No, we didn't. No one did. Okay, we liked you, and then they killed you, and I was like, all right, well, I moved on. But yeah, so then they're like, okay, we gotta get a plane, and then Steve is like, you have a plane that can go to Cairo in one shot? I gotta fly this. And I was like, oh god. And so Wonder Woman just takes him to the Smithsonian and is like, yeah, we're gonna steal a plane. I mean, you know, we keep planes fully fueled up here at the Smithsonian, first of all, and they have no historical value when they're on this back lot. None. Just none. So,
you think that looks like history? Well, you're stupid, but you're from the history, so you're stupid. Hey, that little biplane that you fly, you can fly this jet, right? He's like, what's a jet? And he's like,
yeah, she's like, you pick. And he's just like, I don't know, fucking the fast one, I guess, at the end, the one that looks the newest or something. I don't.
And she was like, he was like, well, we're just gonna go in there. I go, have this plane been serviced in the last 5 minutes? They were like, is it gassed up?
I was like, it only makes it with one shot if you put fuel in it. Where are you getting that at the Smithsonian?
Dude, and how's that plane gonna make it to fucking wherever it's going from DC? Where are they going? Like Iran, the Middle East somewhere?
No, they're going to Egypt.
Oh, fuck, that's far.
Yeah, man. That's real fucking far. And Maxwell Lord's already like there. It's like,
how is that jet fighter gonna make it there?
Especially after they take the fucking fireworks detour.
Why were there fireworks?
And how did she forget that it was the 4th of July? It was the 4th of July, man. She's like, oh, right, the 4th of July. And he was just like, what the fuck? Like, my nation's like...
It's America's birthday, Diana.
Oh, back when we cared? Oh,
I don't expect you to remember that because you're from an island.
Yeah, she just like forgot. She was like, oh, yeah, the annoying thing they do on this day. It was like, what? How did we fucking just fall into July 4th all of a sudden, movie?
Yeah, you've been on this city for 40 years. You did.
Yeah. Like, fucking get a calendar. All right.
She's like, guess what? I don't give a shit about holidays.
She's like, I don't like fireworks. They're boring. You're like, you're a communist, Wonder Woman.
How does, like, I don't think you can sit side by side in that jet fighter. Maybe back to front.
They found a special one, Kevin, because
the
obviously
cockpit, like, it's a fighter jet. Like, what the fuck? You can't sit there shoulder to shoulder. I was like, it's not a car.
I mean, yeah, we had a lot of problems with this. Okay, Kevin, there's a lot of problems.
You're gonna take that plane in the atmosphere, and Trevor's gonna get real sleepy and crash it.
Yeah. They had no masks, nothing. They had nothing going on, and he's just like. She's like, can you get us up to speed? He's like, oh, I can. The way I fly, they'll never find us. I was like, first of all, Steve, you weren't really a pilot.
Where are you right now?
They were hitting us with that pilot angle so fucking hard. Then they did none of that groundwork on the first movie. I was like, shut the fuck up about him flying, okay?
It's a movie.
Shut the fuck up.
If you're in a plane, you're a pilot. They don't care how you got there.
Yeah, he just turns it on just with, like, intuition. He's just like, this is how you turn this plane on. Yeah. Hold on. I just got to feel it. You know? She's like, oh, I know those feels. He's just like, shut the fuck up. Don't make a sex joke. I'm trying to fucking be in tune with the plane, damn it, Diana.
Diana, go out and move the bricks off the tires. I got to fucking...
Yeah, no, they didn't do that. They just jumped in. I was like, there's nothing under those tires.
They treated it like a car, Dustin. It was just a car.
And then she's like, "Oh, I forgot about sonar." He was like, "What?" He was like, "Well, God damn it, Diane," which was my favorite line of the movie because I felt like they were a married couple, and he was like, "Oh, that's it. I've had enough of this shit." So,
Well, yeah, because they're like, oh yeah, they'll be able to detect it with radar and stuff. He's like, what's radar? Because remember, I'm a ghost right now. And she was like, hey, back in the day, my dad taught me to do invisibility. And I'm like, what?
yeah, I was like, okay, first of all, you didn't name drop your dad at all. Second of all, when did you learn he was your dad in this story? Did we skip that movie? Apparently. Third of all, you just busting out invisibility for Wonder Woman now? You fucking dicks.
What a MacGuffin.
What the fuck? I couldn't roll my eyes hard enough at this part. I was like,
once
are
again,
you giving her invisibility powers for other things to explain the invisible jet, which was dumb and shitty to begin with?
Once again, I was insulted.
I was beyond insulted. I was like, you thought A, that this was a good idea, and B, that you also should explain the idea. That's pretty shitty of you guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Patty. I'm going to be filming the Wonder Woman 2 movie. I got this geek over here, Jeff Johns. Jeff, do something from the thing.
I've been locked on Zoom with him for like 6 months writing this shit with this other guy.
What does she do? Well, the plane's invisible. Y'all do that in the comics? We kind of really got away from 80s.
That. We have radar.
But how do we explain? Well, I seen the show Turn the Shit Invisible. I don't know, Patty. That's kind of dumb. I don't know if we should. That's real dumb, Patty.
Have her fucking Goku a fucking spirit bomb, but it's invisibility. Learn it from Zeus. Definitely not one of his powers, but okay.
That's not canon, Patty.
Oh, it is now. I'm about to explain everything. It had Jeff Johns' fucking mushroom tip print all over it, Kevin, and you know it. Because he loves.
I just said so. He likes the shtick. He likes old bullshit stick from these characters, and when he can shoehorn it in there for his little LOL, he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna have Aquaman sit in a diner. They're gonna make fun of him, but he's gonna be like in on it." I was like, "What?" I hate this.
And they're gonna be like, "Can I have your picture?" And he's gonna be like, "Easy, bros. Buy me a brewski first. Jason Momoa, Hang 10."
Hanging 10 with Jason Momoa coming soon to HBO Max.
To anywhere that'll take him. So.
Oh yeah, this movie was rated PG-13.
You just wanted to tell us that right now.
I forgot.
Yeah, so she turns the jet invisible. They fly through a bunch of fireworks
for like 10 minutes while the audience sighs.
Fucking minutes, man. And yes, visually it was cool for about 10 seconds, but they just kept going. And then he's like, hold on, I got an idea. And he's like, wee, goes above the clouds so they can see it under, like them going off underneath the clouds. And I was like, this isn't as visually cool, guys. I was like, it was way cooler flying through them, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess I'm like a kid watching this. I guess that's cool.
Yeah, again, for 10 seconds, not for fucking 35 minutes.
Meanwhile,
and then they're just like on their way to Cairo, I guess. I mean, I don't know if she knows how to navigate there, and he definitely doesn't even know where Cairo is on a map. So
she's super smart, dude. She knows everything.
I suppose, because we stopped flying at this point. We're just with Max in Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
Who's done zero research on his next wish-making person. And
he read one magazine from 2 months ago.
Yeah. He's like, that's an old issue, dude. That's like from 3 years ago. Okay? I know it just made it stateside, but like, you know, believe it or not, there's not a high demand for Oil Baron fucking monthly. So it's more like quarterly now. Okay?
I can't wait for the bikini issue.
Just shows Maxwell Lord in a bikini. He's just like, this is awkward.
I said I couldn't wait.
But the internet loves me. Yeah, so he meets with this asshole. He gets him to wish for something. He's like, in return, I'll take all your oil. And then the guy laughs at him.
The guy's like, he wants his prosperity to return to his land. He wants all the, infidels and then fucking come in. He like basically wants his world walled off so no more people can interfere with their like livelihood and history and stuff.
A real America capitalism, get the fuck out for the Middle East, you know?
He's pretty much.
Yeah. And so, but he finds out, he's got no oil. He sold it to Saudi Arabia. So Max is not too happy. He's like, fine, I'll take all your security detail, and you got a fucking world of hurt coming towards you anyway, so peace, we're out.
Taking your tanks, your planes, your trains, your automobiles.
And so they bone out, and then Wonder Woman and Chris Pine are just driving in the car, and they drive right past Max.
In the whole country.
In the whole fucking country.
Knowing, like, Oil Baron Monthly, they're like, yeah, this guy, he
lives up here. He advertises it all the time.
He lives off of this 7-Eleven. This town has 2 7-Elevens. Which one do you think it's going to be? She's like, well, we could just go to both of them. They're only connected by this one road in the middle of the whole country.
That's a good plan. Let's go to both of them.
You know what? That's why you're the boss, Diana.
He's like, that's why I fucking woke you up by eating Pop-Tarts really loud by your head.
She's like, I hated that part.
That part was so weird. He's like, I'm going to eat fucking Pop-Tarts. I was like, in bed? Chris Pine, those are crumbly as fuck, man. You just got crumbs all over her. Like,
it's not his bed. That bed ain't for sleeping. That bed's for, they slept a lot.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah. And, so they find him on the road. She buys the cab because she just has an insane amount of American money on her all of a sudden. And then they drive towards it, and she Wonder Woman's up. And then it's just another one of these incredibly long action sequences that aren't very full of action.
I didn't mind this scene. I like this.
I liked it at first, but then it just kept going.
It was a little long, but
like when she was under that truck the first time, and they just kept shooting at her, and kept shooting at her.
Okay, so
and then Chris Pine did some stuff, and they were still shooting at her.
Here's the thing, I like this scene. It has some cool visual moments, but it also has some real hokey ones.
Yeah,
like when she's running on the street, it looks weird.
Oh, that looks so weird. That was so weird.
It went back to that. I'm like, are they playing it corny when she's Wonder Woman? Because every time she's Wonder Woman, there's these kind of awkward, almost Wonder Woman TV show type corniness to it. Yeah. But there's a cool spot where she jumps. She loves to jump in this. She loves the hang time.
Yeah.
And there's a cool thing. She jumps, and the two like APC truck vans go flipping off to the side. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. She just like slides on a door, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But the action in the film, when it comes to this like severity of like, oh, these are military guys shooting at you, it's not just a bunch of bumbling Reservoir Dogs in a mall. She just seems like she doesn't know what to do. Like she doesn't know how to fight them or stop them. I'm like, dude, just start punch. You can punch this tank right off the road. Like,
she's losing her power at that point. But I'm like, you could still kick a fucking car off. Like,
which is true.
Tire. Like, bend the tire. Something, anything. I don't know. Well, you've shown that you can catch up.
No, dude.
It, so
she does that. She kicks one of the tires like straight off, and it like blows one off to the side. But
yeah, but later when she's getting smashed between two of them, she's just like, get out of here.
No,
like just pushes it barely away.
And that's the thing. It's like, it's not really explained to the audience that the caveat to her wish is her dying or getting weak. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's never said, or never. Like,
it's not said until it doesn't matter. Like, until you haven't already figured it out. Because
Steve
like,
should have been like,
I guess, understand when she takes that first bullet, because she's like, but Gal Gadot can't act, so it's, you don't realize the severity of it. We've already seen superheroes get hurt. We've never come out and said in the first movie or the second one that she's invincible, because she always blocks the bullets. She doesn't take them to the fucking chest and go, that was nothing. She doesn't Superman it. She always deflects.
Which is fine, but like even Steve should have been like, hey, are you okay? You look like real dog shit out there. You know what I mean? Like, or hey, you woke up.
I've seen you fight before, but like, are you rusty or like what?
Yeah, dude, she's gone hard in the paint on so many times before. He was like, hey, you got some Pop-Tart crumbs in your hair, but are you okay? And
I can't stop eating them. I know it's a problem.
He's like, do you know they come in other flavors?
My heartburn is horrible. I don't understand. Is it the cinnamon, you think?
And I didn't understand that of like,
I didn't understand why there was kids playing in a highway, Kevin. And
well,
everyone was just like, that's
would it,
cool.
they really like all the parental supervision just saw this
Yeah.
big like convoy of cars coming. They were just like, yeah, man, just
Like fucking 5 miles out, too. They're like, hey, kids, there's some cars coming. You need to get the fuck out of the
they'll
road.
move.
You know what? We got plenty of time. They'll slow down.
They'll move.
We're a simple, nice country, and definitely not in the midst of a war now that some walls just went up, you know?
They'll get out of the way. They always do. Oh, they did. They didn't this time. Thank God this girl.
The actual Lord was like, get me out of here. I don't care if you have to plow through my kid, okay? I don't care about him yet. It's not the third act.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I just thought the movie did a shitty job of putting the tension that Wonder Woman's losing her powers. So now every fight has a lot more at stake, and she can't just Superman punch the problem away. She actually has to be innovative. She has to maybe think outside the box. She can't cheat, right? She has to do it the right way because she doesn't have her powers, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I felt. So the convoy's going, they're scrapping. Trevor rams it. He does his part. More action ensues. There's a door, like you said, there's a door sliding part that kind of carries on a little too long, but overall, I did kind of enjoy it. We get to this pressure part of Maxwell Lord being like, whoa. Diana jumps on the hood. He's like, this girl's persistent. He's not really shocked that Wonder Woman's here doing Wonder Woman things to
and that
him.
It looks like the woman that he's dealt with a couple times randomly.
And I don't understand if Wonder Woman is kind of secretly operating in the shadows, fighting crime and for justice, but he sees her and he's not at all impressed that this girl wearing this Amazonian red, white, and blue armor just showed up. Like, what up? And she's like, fucking, I gotta get your autograph. He's just like,
well,
no.
she's like, no, she says, where's the crystal? And he's like, you're looking at it. And like, no one understood that, but like the audience.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, huh? What the fuck are you talking about?
So we get we kind of build up this tension here as
and they've recruited Barbara to do more research, and Barbara does more research for them.
Yeah, she's off doing she's already broken down the other artifacts. She's starting to get more into this this relic, and it's kind of leading her to all these other people throughout time who's fought for the relic, and it's kind of just overthrown empires and stuff. So she's researching, but before the end of that, the convoy's coming down on these kids, and the parents are all just standing there going, fuck it, maybe I get rid of these kids right here, right now. Thank you, Maxwell Lord, be praised. And he's just like, yeah, man, plow through these little turd bags. And Diana's like, oh, no, not the turd bags.
She always stops to save the children, you know?
Right, so she does a sick whip, swings, comes around.
It misses. She's like, I'll just fucking fall into the road.
Yeah. She grabs them, and they're clearly like mannequins or something. And I'm like,
they're CG as fuck.
No, dude. If you watch her roll, they're mannequins because those arms don't move. They're kind of got their little doll hands arms out for like a second in one of the shots. And I mean, oh.
All I know is that she landed on them hard, and that they would have been dead, just like those guys.
Whatever stunt woman they had set up for that, you're just like, oh, she took it. She did one roll. They kind of cover their faces. Then they do a cut where you see the kids. I get it. You're not gonna like let these kids
really
get hit by
do
these
this with
trucks.
Yeah, and then of course the one car barreling down on them, Kevin. It's driven by Steve Trevor.
Yeah, man, because he's the shit. So after that, Steve Trevor's the shit. He does his thing, and he's kind of like, "Hey, Prince, are you okay?" And she's like, "Dude, I'm not okay. I'm like not having a good time, bro.
Not having a good time. I don't remember where we're
straight up
invisible
not
jet.
having a good time."
Well, and she says to those kids, I forgot about this part for a moment there. She goes, "This is our secret." And I was like, everyone saw you do. There's no secret, okay? Every time you save a kid, there's no fucking secret. Kids don't even keep secrets. So I'm telling people that.
No one saw it, dude.
The fucking, well, the parents didn't see it, but everyone that was watching those kids about to get killed, they were like, "Oh man, those parents suck. About to lose another batch." All right. Oh, that's just saved by a superhero. What the fuck? But then,
no one cared.
Yeah, everyone's back to America. We gotta fly. We just fly back. We're just back. You know. Don't ask us how we landed the plane or whatever. Oh, then but Barbara, she's gotta walk the street. She's gotta hurry. She's gonna rush to help Diana.
Well, yeah, because she's off she's getting her fitness on, because we get a little montage of her as she's just running the street, staying fit, because she's.
Well, no, I mean, she does that for like earlier before I think the party. Puts on her classic 80s gear. I'm talking about when she runs into the drunk guy again.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, because she's got running gear on.
No, she doesn't have running gear on then. She's just running to get to the next thing. Like she's running to something. It doesn't matter, whatever. But yeah, she's running to the next thing. She wasn't trying to get her fit on at that point, because it was like late at night.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was. Dude, she had Nikes on. I don't know what she was doing, but she was dressed in fucking running shit.
I think she was just like embracing her power. But
with
anyway, hey, it's the 80s, man. All right. Steve was wearing Nikes too. But she's going through the Diana part where she's like getting hit on by every guy. She's like, fuck off. Now she's over it. She's like, boys suck. I don't like you. Until the man of her dreams shows up, or nightmare, and it's the same guy. And he's just like, slow down, honey. I got what you're looking for right here. The bottom of this bottle in my fist. And she's just like, what the fuck? The same guy in all the places in this city. I run into the same motherfucking guy. And then he starts his same shtick of, slow down. Where you going? How can I help you get there? Do you want to touch my penis? And she's just like, oh, I want to touch your penis with my fucking foot through a wall. And she just starts beating the shit out of this guy, kicking him. Until her friendly bum that we've completely forgotten about shows up and is just like, what are you doing, Barbara? It doesn't say hi, what's happening. It doesn't check on her as a person. Just goes, what are you doing? I mean, he didn't see anything that happened.
He didn't need to check on her because she kicked the man 10 feet down the fucking road.
He didn't see that. He popped up from the bushes like, what's happening? Hey, Barbara.
This guy,
what the fuck?
Everyone, if you haven't seen the movie, this guy looks like he got hit by a truck. And then
his teeth did fly out.
There's a petite blonde woman standing there, breathing heavy. I would ask what's going on, too, because you've severely fucked this man up. That's what I can 2 and 2 is 4. You just said he was an educated homeless man. He knows what's going on. He can see an ass whooping a mile away. I saw pure ass whooping, and I've been like, hey, man, you good? Or we got to get some more kicks in on this guy? Or what are we doing?
Exactly. I mean, but still, his concern was just like, he was just like, he went to accusing her first instead of being like, hey, what's happening?
Dustin, that was the movie trying to say, hey, everyone, she's gone full-blown bad guy.
Yeah, well, I knew that when the bum was like, this isn't you, Barbara. And I was like, Bummy McBummerton, you don't know her. She brought you Cold Panda Express, dude. Like, yeah, that should have told you a lot about friendships. Or, enemies. Oh. But, yeah, and she's just like, fuck off, man. I got shit to do. I gotta go dress like an animal, kinda.
She just dresses like an 80s punk rocker, but too self-aware. She has like a gray leather coat with spikes and
yeah,
I don't know. Just look, it was okay. It looked kind of hokey, but it
looked super hokey, especially compared to what she was wearing before that.
It felt like it just didn't. It felt like just another thing that kind of just didn't fit.
Yeah,
it didn't fit the movie, the aesthetic, like I said, of the movie, even though the movie is pretty.
Yeah, well, I was trying to build up like this fake cheetah, like that's his cheetah she's gonna get or something. Even though
I get it, that's like an alternate costume.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna select costume B in Justice 3. And then so then they meet at this Aztec Mayan guy or something. I don't remember which one it was. And it's just some guy who's a subscriber to wrestling magazines. But all three of them meet there, Steve and Wonder
He had a
Woman.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated with Jerry the King Lawler on the front from back in the Memphis days. I don't, and which would
Not to
be
get fucking nerd
which
specific on
would
you,
be
Dustin. But
time appropriate because it was the 80s. Don't forget. But when I saw the magazine, I was like, dude, he's got an old one, and I was like, oh yeah, this movie takes place in the 80s. I totally. It doesn't mean anything.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't bring it up again.
No, I think that was probably the best point of Wade to illustrate it.
I just thought he was a collector. I was like, that's classic. Good shape.
I mean, he did have. I mean, it was a pristine collection. Like he definitely maybe never read it. And then so he busts out this fucking historical record of the Aztec people that his grandfather gave him. And I was like, what? What the fuck? And then Diana, of course, can read it perfectly. And
She's a linguist, man. She already said it. I studied
of
language.
dead languages.
Mm-hmm.
And then she reads it, and the gist of it, I'm just going to boil it down because there's a lot of just like pointless dialogue here. They have to either renounce their wish or kill the Wishmaster. Maxwell
Impossible.
Yeah. And so obviously Barbara does not like that. She doesn't want to hear that. She's got everything going for her.
Yeah.
You know, she's got everything Diana has. She's loving it. And then Diana doesn't want to hear this because she's lived too long and forgotten all the lessons of her childhood. And she doesn't want to give up Steve. So
you would naturally think it involves killing somebody, so she should be like, oh no. But she's kind of like, I'm about to be real selfish.
Yeah, she's just like, nah. There's nothing like your first love. And when you've been pining over it for decades, like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that was where the lesson and the moral of the story was going.
Everything's fucked up, dude. The motivation's fucked up. These characters are stupid. They're doing shit where you're like, bro, you're a hero. You're literally a demigod, and you understand all this stuff, magical mumbo jumbo shit. Your fucking mom told you, like, watch out for not cheating and tell the
don't cheat and only the truth. And she's just like, no. I mean, sure, made him cheat death, kind of in a weird way. I mean, he's in a different dude's body.
It all goes to the convoluted of like, what's the end game here? Like, is Max Lord just trying to get super juice so he can just fucking spirit bomb the whole planet and like live on the moon? And you're like, I guess. And then is Wonder Woman? Are you just gonna? I thought, is she just gonna break this motherfucker's neck? That's all I was waiting for the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I was like, usually when you pair Wonder Woman with Maxwell Lord, it's only happened once, and it involved her snapping his neck. So you're just kind of like, okay, well, he's not a kid, so it's fine. And then so Barbara bones out because she's like, fuck that, I'm not doing that.
I gotta give my homie the heads up, but you don't know where
Wonder
homies
Woman's
yet.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. Steve's like, yeah, this makes sense. We should probably do that.
And then Maxwell's like,
shut your beautiful mouth, Steve. And he's just like, ah.
And then Maxwell's like, I gotta talk to the press, dog.
Well, no, that's when he starts talking to everyone. You know, he's granting all these crappy wishes. He's sweating a lot. He's got the fucking.
He does a speed dating of who's who, so he can try to manipulate people. He's just trying to one up everyone.
People that have like pissed him off before, which is really weird. That they're just like, yeah, let's go meet with that guy. He didn't seem to hold any grudges.
So his wishes that he's putting into all these influential people are kind of changing their perspective of him. And he's basically an overnight celebrity. He's massively rich. And he's just trying to get more touches out there to more influential people, to get more wishes, to get more power, because the power gives him. And it's just like this big never-ending circle that can't end. So you're like, dude, what is his ultimate end game? How is he going to get the ultimate? What's the ultimate move for something like this?
Yeah, because the shit that he was taking from some of them, it was just like piddly shit where I was like, what? That's so whatever. And then his assistant comes in and is just like, fucking Alistair's here. And he's like, fucking again. He was like, every fucking weekend with this kid. Damn it.
Wish he wasn't around.
He's like, come here. Don't you wish he wasn't around? Takes him. He's like, all right, I'll give you, I don't know, pony or something.
I wish this movie was written better.
Yeah, so he has to have some shit ass heart to heart with the kid. He's sweating a lot. He's definitely not on cocaine. And the kid's like, well, I wish you got your greatness, Dad. And he's like, don't you wish your bullshit on me? And the kid's like, ah.
I was like, wouldn't you? I figured if he was a piece of shit, selfish asshole, he would be like, son, why don't you wish that Daddy got the fucking big bucks, Daddy got the big wang wang.
And the kid's like, because I was like, you don't care about this kid, and he's the easiest to manipulate to do exactly what you want.
Exactly what I was gonna say is like, he does the thing, the kid gives the wish to give him everything that he wants, and then he realizes that he's a piece of shit that manipulated his own child, and everything was for him. And then he realized he got so selfish and self-absorbed because he got the wish sweats, and now that's all he cares about. And then he goes, no. And then the kid kind of is that anchor to the reality of like, no, man, this is what I need to do. That's my focus, and I lost it because I was so filled with pride. I didn't want to be a loser. Yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
And they don't do that, and like they kind of do.
And it would have made so much more sense if they had.
Because I don't know what his motivation is. I don't know what's going on.
I don't. There is no, like, honestly, there is no motivation. It's just this whole like consumerism fucking guilt, I guess, that they're trying to do of like always wanting more and more and more. And I'm like, Hollywood, that's stupid coming from you because shut up, you know.
But all Wonder Woman wanted was love, love, love. And, and she was like, does this make the world spin? You're like, no, that's the other thing, the monies.
She's like, how about I sing a song about it? Bear with me, everybody.
And then somewhere along the line, like,
then he's like, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm taking him out of here. I'm done with this fucking scene.
Well, yeah, he goes to the fucking White House.
Yeah, and then Trevor and Diana are back at her place. He's seeing all her memorabilia. He's like, "Oh man, you really had the little sticky panties for me, huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're all right." And he goes, "So how do you like fight crime?" And she's like, "See all these CCTVs everywhere? There's like 6 of them.
I have a fucking Wonder Woman closet."
And he's like, "What's this big pile of shit in the corner?" She's like, "That's that Alex Ross armor." And he's like, "Can I see it?" She's like, "Yeah, man, take a peek. I'm gonna hide it from the audience and I'm gonna show you this really weird flashback rope thought." I was like,
I can also show you. I'm just, we're bullshitting powers right now, so like I have invisibility, and I can also show you the truth instead of, I don't know, just telling you the goddamn story. That I'm still gonna do that, but you'll be able to see it as I talk about it.
Why don't you just unpack the armor and show? What else are you doing? You're not doing the movie anymore. You're just hanging out with them. So fuck it.
Yeah. It's like you've given up on stopping any of this. So meanwhile, I gotta see every fucking random character. Apparently, Max Lord is run around granting people farms in the city and shit right by Diana's apartment complex, and it's like, what?
And then, so I can't. I think this is after he just fuck, man. Like Max goes to the president.
Yeah.
They just let him in there because he's got his wish magic. That's why I just chalked it up to, because I couldn't really explain anything else.
Yeah.
He has a meeting with the president. They just let him walk in, whatever.
And I just didn't understand this wish at all.
They have this weird dialogue, and he's like, dude, what are you scared of? And he's like, we need more nukes for the fucking Ruskies. It's 1984, man.
We need more goddamn nukes.
Iron Curtain. They figure it out. We got to pull the first punch. Fuck it. I got my finger on the button.
Mutual destruction. Mutual destruction.
Let me take those dishpan hands. And he holds the president's hands. And he's like,
you know what? Yeah. Do you know why this is in the 80s? Because they were like Watchmen. Someone watched Watchmen on HBO Max and we're like, oh, this is pretty good.
Oh my God, he filmed the unfilmable.
Oh. And then they watched the TV show and they were like, oh, why didn't you get this guy to do the movie? That movie is real bullshit now. Oh my God. But like, that movie was not good. Can I see the blue dick one more time? Just one more time, just for funsies.
Someone broke the pause button.
I have a shot by shot. Thank you very much.
Blue dick, say hello to blue balls. Mm-hmm, girl.
Not anymore. Yeah, and so he makes this. The president wishes for more nukes, and he's just like, I want all the respect of your title and stuff. And it was just like,
but he didn't want to be president.
Yeah.
where he
And
could go to
I was like,
UN
what do you
meetings.
want then? It's not like what are you gonna do with that? It's like you've already shit on everyone that shit on you, and
Well,
then the rest of the world is just like, give me something, and he's just
what?
like
Yeah, I was
sweating
like,
a lot.
are you just? I was like, is he trying to be like God or something? Is he trying to get God status here? So I was like, is he going to just try to
I mean, I
control all
guess.
the leaders in the world?
But
That's what I
couldn't
thought he
he
was.
just have one of his cronies wish for that for him? Couldn't the Porsche guy just been like, "Hey man, you want me to be you wish that I was like a god, right?" And he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm a yes man." And he's
Yeah,
just like, "Cool, I'll give you a Porsche for that,
well,
thanks."
that could have been the ultimate thing from his kid. You know what I mean? His
Yeah.
kid's like, "You're my god, dad, and you brought me into this world. You could take me out."
He's like, "And I will, Alistair, because I fucking hate the weekends."
I mean, I work for the weekend, but I hate the weekends with
I
you.
work for the weekends, but then I get you, and I'm like, it's just another manic Monday. All right.
That's how you incorporate songs, Jeff.
Yeah, seriously. Pay
Patty.
for the rights, you fucking cheap fucks. I mean, you have a huge
Yeah.
library of music at your disposal, but nah, don't use any of that shit.
And the creme de the creme of this ultimate bullshit, stupid gimmick, wish story, crap shit. He turns around because we got a strange guy in the Oval Office. We're just got all this like sensitive information hanging
Yeah.
out. And they're like, hey man, it's like the Star Wars project, but like it runs HBO Max. And he's like, sick as fuck, bro. Does everyone get this? He's like, yeah, man, we can beam it any home worldwide in the 80s. Computers are going to play this that aren't built to run
Fucking
video.
monitors, yeah, just
Car
like
windows, soda cans, everything's going to be running this. He's like,
giant billboards that just run one graphic. They'll play it. Like,
that doesn't make sense. It don't matter, man. It's a stupid comic book movie that thinks its
fucking
audience is idiots.
yeah. And that
Enjoy.
satellite thing, I remember when the Legos for this movie came out, and that was the only one that I saw was just like Chitara, I'm gonna call it that, and Wonder Woman in the
Cheetah.
Albatross armor.
Lachita.
I know what it is. I'm just calling her Chitara because
Don't soil her name, bro.
And then it was just the satellite, and I was like, who wants to build that? Like, that's obviously part of the movie plot, and I don't know what it is yet. Why would I want that? And that was like their number one Lego for this. They were like, we gave up after that. We didn't know what else to do.
Because there's no memorable sets. That's why.
No, none.
Anyway, so he's like, hey, man, does this stuff get MTV? And they were like, yeah, dude, is that what you want? We got you.
It'll also touch your wing wang if you ask for it. He's just like, you touch, you say.
So he's saying that he can touch billions of people all over the world, and I'm like, don't you have to touch them? Like, what are the rules to your fucking power? What the fuck is going on?
If I describe something as touching, that counts, Kevin.
Yeah, and the guy was like, yeah, it's metaphorically. You're not really touching anything.
He's like,
hello.
Well, it was explained to me, but I'm kind of an idiot. And they were like, he's like, good enough. Enough.
Yeah, and then Maxwell Lord's like, yeah, that'll work. And then the president's like, what'll work? And he's like, I just became #1 Magic Man, motherfucker. And I was like, what?
And he's like, I want access to that. He's like, yes, sir, of course.
And he's like, hey, give me a chopper. Take me to that Denny's, the good one, the one that takes the choppers. And he's
the
like,
good one.
The president's like, I know which one's the good one.
And I want to eat on the roof because, I mean, have you been inside of Denny's? You don't want to eat in there.
Yeah, man, I have.
He's like, yeah. I said I know which one. Okay.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah. And so Wonder Woman calls in this weird connection of this guy that very obviously was like, do you want to bang me? Even though I'm not even in the same ballpark as you. I'm like,
yeah, it's just one of the baby dicks. One of the baby dicks she just batted away. She's like, get out of here with these little dicks.
You fucking softballs, motherfucker. He's just like, oh.
She's like, you fucking little 2-inch wing wang motherfucker. I'm fucking Wonder Woman. You got a baby dick. I could tell. I'm a fucking baby guy.
Shit won't even get past my zipper. He's just like, I can still try. She's like, nah,
You stinky pinky motherfucker. Yeah, little baby. And everybody's like, yeah, you can come in, ma'am. Please stop insulting all of us.
Yeah, so she's just in the White House. He's giving a special tour, and they just bail out on the tour. Meanwhile, she's brought her boyfriend, her fucking dead spirit boyfriend. He's just like, oh, I'm getting cockblocked like in real time. This is awesome.
Dude, and she brought her gear.
Yeah. Brought her gear, and she just gears up. Starts.
And then
she just passes Maxwell Lord again, just by chance in the hallway.
Yeah, dude. It's almost like they're connected in a movie.
Or just like two ships passing.
I do kind of like, in this movie is like, they should have called it Wonder Woman 1984, watch her throw guys all around the fucking room. That's all that she does. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I do like when she has the lasso out, blocking bullets, lassoing motherfuckers, throwing them into other motherfuckers. I go, okay, this is fun. I'm having fun with these visually interesting.
It's always visually good. It's just that they tend to last too long to where the gimmick start to feel hollow for me.
I like she's sliding and kicking.
She slides a lot. I'm just like,
she loves to slide.
Knees unbreakable? Like, what the fuck, man? You're weak at this point, right? Like, shit. Take it easy on those yams.
And I like it. Like I said, I think it's fun. It's real just good times. And then that's the big overall thing with the movie is these little stupid fight schlock crap scenes. You're like, all right, this is fun, but it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. You don't get nowhere near enough of them. The final fight is like atrocious. Her just
don't just jump there yet.
Her just slapping dudes around is like a lot of fun. So they're banging in the fucking slow and throwing blows, throwing guys, knocking shit around, and try to chase Maxwell at the same time. I mean, Steve Trevor's getting into some fisticuffs. He does a couple of whatever moments. We get into this kind of big room, and she's caught up to Maxwell. And then fucking Cheetah just shows up, and she's all decked out, and she's like, "Oh my God, Barbara, is that the brand new you?" She's like, "New year, new me, bitch." And I was like, "Wait, it's just 4th of July." And then they start fighting.
She's like, "It doesn't matter. There's no calendars. It's 84. She's like, what the fuck?
They kind of do like a little fisticuffs, but like Diana does the job. I think it's knocked through a fucking wall. She's all fucked up.
Yeah,
Cheetah's like, "I run Bartertown now, bitch." And Maxwell's like, "Oh, I guess you enjoy my wishes. I remember you. Now you're real hot and powerful. You want to ride the chopper with me?" And she's like, "Get to the chopper." He's like, "I'll see you there."
Yeah, she's like, "Just get out of here." I mean, he doesn't really care about her. He's just like, "Cool, you're not going to stop me." Like, that's cool. And then, like, Steve tries to, and then nothing works. And then, yeah, like
Steve gets his ass slapped up pretty hard. And, like Diana's tuckered out. She's leaning against the wall. And I'm like,
well, she's never experienced, like, that type of exhaustion and shit, I guess.
She got blown up. She was like, "Bro, I was whooping those dudes' ass." And then this cat girl just, ugh.
She's just like, "I'm fucking winded. Are we at altitude right now?" Or like, and they're like, "No." What?
She's not even cat girl yet. She's like punk rock mom right now.
Well, she's like normal powered Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman's losing her power still. So
yeah.
But yeah, so then Cheetah catches up to the plane, and she's like, "Hey, mind if I ride? Ride or die with you?" And he's just like, "Fuck yeah." Excuse me, I'm sweating real bad right now though. So. And he's like, "You want another wish? I'm feeling generous." And it's just so, like, I felt like that was on character for the character that they've developed for him, but like completely unnecessary at the same time. Because it was like, what? Why does she get 2 wishes? She already got a wish.
Well, it doesn't matter, dude. We already said the wishes have no rules. There's no rules.
Other than bringing about the destruction of society. But
so that's what's slowly starting to happen around the world. Is just this mass chaos, and it gets worse and worse as his wishes go out more and more, because now he wants to broadcast them all off of a secret bunker because the president said, "Go check out this place and you can use the satellite."
Like 15 blueprints over there.
Yeah, so I just want to get him there.
Well, we got to get them walking through the street, though. You can't get them there yet.
Oh, the walking through the streets. Well, that doesn't happen yet. They do the president thing first, and then it goes full blown fucking chaos around the world.
Well, there's chaos in the country, and they're just walking through it. There's riots and stuff, Because the chaos in the world doesn't happen until he starts broadcasting. So
I guess
still have we still have some stuff. We got to say bye to Steve. And they do that just by they're walking the streets.
They do that
some kids
by not putting
lost.
him on camera anymore.
No, they totally do. They just kiss behind a wall, and then she walks away, and he's like, just like,
"Is he getting mugged and raped right now?"
Yeah, he was like, "I'll love you no matter where I am, Diana." And they totally didn't have Chris Pine say that. They had the other guy say it as some weird like, "Yeah, he's dead now again." And then she's like, "I renounce my wish." And then she just runs. And it's a super awkward run. And then she just starts flying for like 35 more minutes of the movie. And I was like, why are we doing this? Where's your urgency? He's going to kill the world.
Like, it's such like a funneling of awful.
It's like when Spider-Man first starts web shooting. And you're just like, this is fun, cool. We're not doing anything in the movie yet. We're just having fun. But like, at the end of the movie when he should be doing shit.
Yeah. So this is not where fun should be happening.
Yeah, like, she just learns to fly. We're just like, okay, we're flying now. Great.
Like, why couldn't it have been like Steve Trevor's all fucked up because he just got his ass beat, right? They can't have a moment. She's like, you know what? I need to let you go. And he's like, I understand, Diana. I don't really belong here. She's like, I just had to see you one more time and have this. I got cheated out of a final moment, and that's what I've been holding on to for 40 years. And he's going to be like, I missed you ever since I left you that day, blah, blah, blah. They have their moment. She's like, I have to renounce my wish. And he was like, go get him, fucking Wonder Woman. And she's like, all right, dog. And then they kiss, and you're like, that's awesome. And then he can like croak, and then it kind of turns into the guy, and he's just like, what happened? And then she could lay him down. He's all fucked up. He's like, did someone just whoop my ass? And then
he's like, it feels like I just got worked over by some fucking Secret Service people and a fucking woman with incredible strength.
And then she should have slowly turned and started walking away. And then it could have been all the quips of him and good moments that they had. She's like,
oh yeah, like a sound overlay, but the sound.
Yeah, exactly. Sucked. And then she, like, you could see tears cracking down her face, and because she's already defined. We're already stuck with this. Heart, what do you want to call it? Lovesick Diana. And she's trying to get, now she's lost her love twice. She has tears on her face, and she's just not protecting the city. It's all about her, and she needs to get over this. And you can have all those overlays of him just doing all these clips, and then their little shticky parts where they make each other laugh and love Pop-Tarts in my hair and shit. And then he's like, I love flying. It's so free. And she's like, I'm going to fucking fly for you, Steve, because I'm a goddamn demigod, and this is what we do. And then she does the whip, and then she's flying. Then I would have been like, wow, the love made her fly. I'll take that, because what made did the love make the plane invisible? I don't know, Dustin. But love and that scene and her freedom and her needing to do what's right and do it the right way, that's what fucking made her fly. Her heart lifted and she flew. And I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. But just to be like,
that would have been better. That would have been better.
Took that, because I'd been like, wow, she had a moment.
And instead, though, we have Steve telling her, you gotta like, fucking.
He's like, go on without me. I'm real gassy right now, and it hurts when I run.
He's like, how many Pop-Tarts did I have?
He's like, I just found out what fucking Del Taco is, and I got overindulgence. Apparently, dairy hurts me now. I just go.
He's like, this guy has IBS. I didn't fucking know that. I mean, I'm
not cute, like, everyone. Ladies, am I right?
I've been living it up every fucking day, and this is not happening now. Yeah. He has to do all the work of telling her, like, I lived a life. I'm not supposed to be here. You gotta, like, just be you, playa. Don't hit the game. Does that.
She just flies away, and he's
she's like, she tells him straight up, I'll never love again. And he's just like, that's like so really dumb, because I've wanted to bang like 50 other women since I've been here.
There's no way. If I had that tail, ain't nothing.
He's just like, nah, I'd bang that guy and that guy. Just
Diana, the world's beautiful. You should be able to live in this great new world. I only got to experience it in a minute, and trash cans are weird. That girl with the bad braids t-shirt yelled at me on the subway, and I was like, fuck, this is a scary place.
This is a scary place, but I had my fanny pack and I felt like my wallet wouldn't get stolen if it was in there, so.
Yeah.
And it just like and we do get one voiceover of him describing what it's like to fly, which didn't make any sense for her, but whatever. And then she starts doing these moves of like, this is how she keeps the momentum going. Like 2 arms out, 1 arm down, 2 arms out.
She's like, hey, you fucking nerds, this is how I fly faster. And I'm going to go fly to my house. I'm going to get that Alex Ross joint. And I'm going to go exactly where fucking Max is. I'm going to beat his ass.
Yeah, somehow. She knows that location as well.
She was like, Mr. President.
Sulking in the clouds.
Mr. President, I know you saw that guy. Where did you send him?
Where'd you send him? Oh,
yes,
the golden fucking lady.
Where was he going after that?
Yeah.
Denny's again?
Denny's again. A lot of time. So I could have just like not cried and found him at the Denny's? Huh. That's, that's on me. That's on me. I was having my me time.
Shave some of this runtime down? No?
Yeah. So meanwhile, he's already gotten to the island, located somewhere, because it doesn't matter. And she's still flying around. And then we don't 100% see... Well, Barbara hasn't changed yet, because I guess any Barbara wish takes a little time. Everyone else's is instant, but Barbara's, they gotta simmer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he queues up the machine. He starts talking to everyone. He's like, I will give you your wit. It's the worst shtick he has to say of the entire movie.
It's like this like kind of promo he's trying to cut, and it's almost like it's really awful. And he's just like, hey, it goes back to his info commercials of buy now, buy, sell, trade. You ain't gonna pay a lot for that muffler. That real fucking sticky greaseball kind of guy. And you're just like, and then and he's broadcast everywhere, and everyone starts wishing, I wish I had $1 million. I wish
people in different languages understand him. Somehow.
Everyone's got the English fucking translation. The girl at the Chinese restaurant, which I assume is in China, she was just kind of like, yeah, man. I wish I was famous. Cash me outside, and then they do. And then this one guy's like, I wish for all the money. And one guy's like, I wish that fat fucking bitch would drop dead, and she does. And then,
well, no, she's like, I wish all you fucking Irish would go back to where you came from. He's like, I wish you were dead, and she's like, ah.
And he's like, oh, I'm being persecuted, and they're getting picked up off the street. And I was like, wow, this is quick. How come the other girls got to wait so long just to be a CG cat?
Because of the timing.
Yeah. So
then,
it's just
Wonder Woman shows
chaos.
up.
Yeah, Wonder Woman shows up in her golden armor, which looks cool. I think they did a great job visually on how it looked.
Yeah, and she strikes some poses, and you're like, all right,
it's cool. It's cool. I think it looked cool. It looked it was visually good looking.
And then the fight scene that I'm sure everyone has already talked about numerous times.
Between her and Cheetah?
Yeah, everyone hated it.
Well, yeah, because it's like a Circus Olay routine. Or
it is. That was what I thought, too. I was like, why is she doing Circus Olay? Like, what the fuck?
It's like, Wonder Woman, you're fully gassed up, and you just told her. She's like, ooh, you renounced your wish. And she's like, yeah, man, I'm going to break your fucking face. And then they start swinging around. I was like, no, lasso her, bring her in, and punch her till her head's fucking paste. You're Wonder Woman. You punch problems away.
Instead, she just takes a lot of hits. Like, she's trying to, like, fucking Ali this shit and, like, rope-a-dope. And I'm like, no, man, you're just...
Yeah, they break her fucking wings off her gear. And I was like, well, they just broke your gimmick. That was like...
oh, this is stupid now.
Was that like an heirloom? You found it from one of your sisters
like,
left that? And you just...
Yeah, and I was like, that survived, like, 400 fucking Spartans hitting it. And, like, fucking Cheetah Girl over there is just like, let's do our albums. So...
She was like, I'm going to drown you. And then electrocute you. Say you're sorry.
What was that? She was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, you couldn't do anything else. You had to high voltage her ass. What the fuck? And I don't remember. Was she like dead at the end? I could have swore that she was still kind of breathing or something.
I think so. I think there was a big what if at the end. I don't really remember. I just thought, I was like, why didn't Wonder Woman get electrocuted?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I guess full energy fucking Wonder Woman, electricity be damned.
I'm invincible now.
Yeah. No, there really was no resolution now that I think about it with Minerva there. She just they just leave her for dead, I guess. And then so now she's got to like convince Max. And it's really just.
But here's the thing: when Max starts cutting his Grant a Wish promo, Make a Wish Kid promo, there's just like this little tornado wind that keeps just pushing these same papers around.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, big bad iron tank fucking like Wonder Woman's the heater, right? She comes in there, she's like, I wreck shit. I'm the fucking heavy, I'm the tank character, and I can't walk through this little like air thing, this air pocket. And she's like crawling and she can't get to him. And Max is on he just jumps onto the internet satellite connection thing and starts just cutting another. He's like, give me some wishes.
And he can hear all their voices somehow.
Yeah, dude. I was like, are you God now?
Yeah. And all he's asked for is just their
more wishes, their life
energy.
Force.
Yeah, like their life force and their youth, I guess, kind of.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was going to spirit bomb the planet. And I was like, she's gonna snap his neck before he gets that spirit bomb off. And then she didn't.
Yeah. So he's standing there cheating up. And she basically just does the speech her mom gave her, only like really worse.
Really uninterested when she speaks. No.
She's
threat.
all slouched over, like kind of
sleepy. She's real bored.
She's like, "Hey, have you guys ever been electrocuted and then had to say stuff afterwards?" No motivation. Like, let me tell you.
If she had tears in her eyes, thinking that she has to bring this guy down and she lost what she lost, like I still kind of want her to be affected by all of this. And then if she puts the gimmick of the fucking lasso around his ankle, and she was like, I want you to see what I see. You know what I mean? I want you to see the truth.
Yeah, and so somehow she projects the truth through him through all these monitors.
Which was so it's just more like bullshit writing, because like if you would have told me that's the thing and we did the lasso thing for Trevor so he could see the way the armor worked out, that one flashback, and then the rope that comes back into play against fucking Maxwell, and then he just sees it, and then he can see maybe his son or something.
Well, and he does. He hears his son at some point, and you're just like, what?
And then this goes on just for way too long.
And then all these dumb wishes we had to watch before. Now we have to watch them be taken back.
Yeah, and then like
every single fucking one.
The fucking Irish guys get let out of the truck. The fat chick wakes up and like, you know, it's just like
She didn't renounce her wish. She was just like, I was right about you fuckers.
She's like, oh my God, did someone kill me?
Was I not breathing? The fuck?
Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Not enough people would actually like. You're telling me everyone renounced their wish? That lady was flatlining. She didn't hear the speech. She didn't see the truth.
I know.
She was fucking meeting St. Peter's, and he was just like, "Ooh, bad play.
Very bad things."
Yeah. So, and then Max is just like, "Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have the juice anymore somehow, I guess." Because I guess he renounces his wish or something. I don't know. He just kind of hears his son. And
he sees his own unhappy childhood. Remember, because he pissed that bed real hard.
Oh my God! I was just like, dude, your dad he beat you.
He did.
I mean, God, yeah. His dad is beating his mom in the most like fucking Dick Tracy movie type. Like he was just so close. Like they framed that shot.
I'm not watching that, by the way.
And then he was just like raising his fist back and was just like, this fist is coming down on his face.
It was so funny. Like, and I don't condone child abuse, but I mean, that guy wrecked that bed. I would just be like, I think he needs to see like a professional.
I was like, what the fuck? Is that fucking cotton? Is he sleeping on a cotton cot? Like,
just put some swimming trunks on him and let him sleep in the tub.
How did he know? He pulled that back like, I expected to be piss here. Damn it, there's piss
How
here.
did he know, Dustin? That shit, the whole place probably smelled like kid piss.
Like, how did he have a nose? He's drunk and beating his wife all the time.
You could smell piss. If I walk in his apartment to kind of hang out with him, I'm going to be like, bro, do you have a kid?
Because you have a kid that pissed the bed again.
No, He made that his own waterbed. I've never seen so much kid piss. I don't know if
That
that
was
was
a lot of. I mean, it was a deep,
it was a
deep,
deep
bright
piss.
yellow. Like it was not a
He's
healthy
dehydrated.
piss. So,
So it makes me wonder if he's getting the piss beat out of him, or he's just pissing him because he's so scared.
what
Like,
do you think they did with that bed? I mean, clearly they were poor. It's not like they had bed money.
dude,
Did he have to wash that piss, or did he sleep in that piss?
he slept in the piss.
That's I don't. That's more disturbing than everything else. I
So
think.
Max sees his own unhappy childhood, and then going to his kid wandering around the turmoil of the city. I really did like that shot where he goes across the bridge.
The overpass. Though I found it so weird. I was like, why is this kid
No. Motivation aside, because that doesn't count in this movie. I like the way it looked. I was like, wow, if this was in another movie, I'd really like the way this looks. It has is this atmosphere? And then the kid is like, Dad. I was like, shut up, dude. You're fucking it up.
Yeah, he's wandering the streets yelling "Dad," and guess what, everybody? Eventually, it works because once Max is done seeing how shitty high school was, where he has like a broom closet where he's starting his business,
Mm-hmm.
then he's somehow just flies back to DC.
No, they
within
had
like
a
a
scene.
minute.
They had a scene where is Max is reliving his horrible life, and it's the birth of his son, and he's like, "Oops, how'd that get in there?" Boop boop boop.
No, that was part of the horrible life. He was just like, "This is
Yeah,
when
that was-
weekends were stolen from me."
That was the joke.
And then so it goes from night to day.
And he just
Max
finds the
is
son.
He just finds the sun. He lands a helicopter. The helicopter is still taking
This
him places.
movie has taught me you can find anyone in the world anywhere at any time. In
Yeah, well, if you're
1984.
Maxwell Lord, you can, or looking for Maxwell Lord.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, and his kid just comes out of the fucking forest. That's where he stayed the night, I guess, and wasn't killed or sold into sex trafficking or whatever.
Wow, so soon.
I'm just saying, like you got a kid wandering around on the streets by himself in utter chaos.
He probably pissed himself as a protection because his dad taught him that.
He's like, anyone ever touches you, you fucking go full piss. He's like, full piss? He's like, full fucking piss. Like the real nasty, stinky stuff. He's like, oh yeah. You get a little squeeze on the bladder, all of it'll come out. He's just like, I love you, Dad.
That might be behind a paywall. You might want to calm down.
And then he finds his son, and he's like, hey, I am a loser. And there's probably
So why
gonna be
don't
some
you kill me?
Yeah, I was just like, cue the back music. No, we're not gonna do that either.
I'm probably going to go to prison for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm like, are you though, Max? They just flew you back and dropped you off. Like, I don't think there's any consequences for your actions, to be quite frank. I mean, everything was wished away. Who's to blame? Society? I don't know. These are deep questions. We're not going to get them because you're just going to have this weird heart-to-heart with this kid that you don't like. And then we're going to be done with you. Like, game over for your character. And then Diana, aren't we just like a year later then or something, or sometime later?
I thought it
like,
was...
oh, it's Christmas. It's Christmas time. It's like 6 months later. And Diana's just, doing stuff, shopping for Christmas. Runs into the guy that she fucked that was totally Steve Trevor.
Yeah, it's kind of being reminiscent of the first time where she's just kind of like, I'm lost and alone without love.
And then he's just like, God, this shit's so amazing. And she's like, that's a good look on you. And he's wearing the outfit that she had picked out for, Chris Pine before. And he didn't look very good in it. And this guy doesn't either. And that's it. He's not a creep to her. And you're just like, they don't force a love angle for whatever reason. Even though she totally had that dick, but whatever.
Well, then it cuts to the hospital and she's pregnant. And I was like, what the fuck movie?
It's like, damn movie. What's the third one about?
Just do whatever you
Wonder
want.
Twins?
I'm in. But they're not cool. I would do a Wonder Twins movie where they're stuck in the 80s because everyone loves that shit. And they got to go to school in modern times. And they're running around with those purple fucking suits and a monkey. And everyone's confused. They're turned into mops and shit. One dude's trying to ask the girl out. Dude, hold on. Who's listening? Warner Brothers, give me the call.
What? Why is your brother a mop? She's like, just go on, ignore him. He's not even here. He's like, no, he's totally there. That mop has eyes and is staring at me. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to go to the formal with you anymore, okay? And the monkey throws shit at him. He's like, yeah, fucking monkey threw shit at me. I fucking hate the Wonder Twins. Runs off.
It's like fire in my eyes.
And the brother transforms. He's like, I don't trust that guy. We better watch him.
And then the girl he has a crush on walks by, and then he turns into the mop bucket again, and then he's like, "Oh, I get real nervous," and then all of a sudden the water turns like pea color because we love pee on this podcast episode, and she's like, "Oh my god, what stinks right now?" And she's like, "Oh, he's
is there a bucket of urine nearby? What in the what? Oh my god, it has eyes. Oh god, it's you." She just walks away,
and then the monkey was just drinking booze, and he falls off the locker into the piss, and everybody's just like, "Oh, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? That poor monkey. He's covered in piss and he's drunk."
I think the monkey had a name, but that's what I want to do. I want to write a Wonder Twins. They're just out of touch, right? They just think everything.
Blast from the past.
Yeah, man. It's blast from the past, but it's the Wonder Twins. Warner Brothers.
Fraser praises his role.
Yeah. Just Warner Brothers, hit me up. You want to make that big money? It won't cost $200 million like this fucking shitbird did.
Wait, hold on. You can't just like not talk about Linda Carter.
Oh yeah,
because we're doing these very boring credits. We don't even have rolling credits. They're just like title card type credits, and then we get to a woman in blue walking through a street.
Listen. She's being filmed from behind, right? It's almost like this plaza, like mall. I almost thought they were in India for a second with all these like shops and boutiques and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that her hair, you think? It was beautiful, dude. It was so long and flowing and thick and like curled. I was like, oh my God, who is this? I knew it was going to be revealed, but I was like, is that her hair at that age?
It's possible. Anything's possible, Kevin, but also it's Hollywood, so it's probably not, is what my gut is going to say.
I don't think it was. I figured they were trying to cheat it to make you think it was someone else or something, so.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I knew who it was, like, almost instantly of what they were trying to do because they didn't do anything else to make me think it would be anyone else.
No, yeah, for sure. It was just like, oh, okay. I was like, oh yeah, they did say she had like a shitty role in this movie.
Cameo.
And then does this. I don't know. She makes the reflexes joke again. This woman's like, "Oh, thank you. You saved my baby."
Well, you didn't even say what happened, dude. This pillar starts to fall, and then she catches it with one hand and just pushes it back up. And this lady's like, "Oh my God, you're like Jesus." She was like,
"Yeah." She's just like, "Oh, I haven't come so fucking hard." She's like, "Excuse me, miss." Like, this is how you talk to people that save your life? Like,
sweet Christ. As if she just did that thing from Airplane. She just starts fucking everybody up. It's like, thank you.
And then Linda Carter
kicks the baby carriage.
Yeah, just like fucks everything. And she's like, fucking get wrecked.
I'm like, oh shit, this business is picking up. This is awesome.
Oh, she's the next bad guy because she's like forgot her path or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it's just like boom, title card. She's the chick that was getting beat on by the fucking, she wore the armor. So you're like, oh, okay.
That was like cool. I mean,
I was just like,
that was cool. That's probably one of the better bullshit cutaways.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, whatever. You know, I wasn't like, oh, damn. I was just like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Didn't tease nothing for the next one. That's fine. I mean, I don't technically need that, you know. I mean,
yeah, you just said this exists in the world and this is who it was. There's a little nod, and I'm okay with it.
I was like, now I got to deal with her doing more screen time in the next one. That's what I assumed. So, you know, like, whatever. Yeah. So, and then that was it. The oh song fucking kicks on for, you know.
I thought you fell or something.
That's how the Wonder Woman song goes, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a very W heavy sounding song.
Mm.
Whoa, oh. I'm telling you. I mean, you listen to it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's definitely what he's talking about. So, They like to kick up that fucking guitar, like Superman has a song, Batman doesn't have a song, Batman doesn't need a fucking song. And then
I don't
let's give Wonder Woman a song.
no clue what in the fuck you're talking about. I don't know.
Fucking Wonder Woman sound that they make.
No, I didn't know about this.
It's literally that little. Are you kidding me? Like it's like the first fucking after the island. It's the first thing they fucking do.
Sorry, I don't.
Oh my god. Well, the audience will hopefully know what I'm talking about and be like, well, how did that guy not hear the whoa, whoa, oh? I mean, it's done with a guitar. I don't have one. I'm sorry. So I'm doing it with my vocal cords.
People are begging you to please stop.
No, they're like, hold on. Can we get this as a ringtone?
Please don't call me then.
Like, come on. My phone's always on silent. Yeah, so that's the end of the movie. It's teasing the existence of Linda Carter as a different character than the one she played.
I'm fine with it.
And that she's still in love with Steve Trevor, but that she might fuck that guy again. Just for, have a little ghost moment. So.
Well, that's Wonder Woman 1984. It's the latest comic book movie from Warner Brothers.
Or anyone.
Based on some DC characters. There's about a 99.9% chance it'll be the last comic book movie I watch because I've grown to hate them ever so. And this is a huge pass for me. No baby Grogu or whatever, so it's a fail. I see.
He's like, I can't carry that guy around in every movie I go.
Nope, that you fucked up. That's your life now. If I don't see you with this thing, I don't want to deal with it. In all seriousness, it's you. If you made it this far, you heard every stupid rant. Comic book movie aside, and letting some shit slide, it's just kind of like fuck. And this is just a bad movie with an awful narrative. I like Wonder Woman. I think she's a fine character. I just think it had a lot of trouble. How do you take one of these super epic characters and put them in something where there is something at risk? How do you make the opposition? Where's the tension, right? Where's the challenge for her that she can't just, like you said, like she has Superman syndrome where she just punched the problems away. What do you do with that, right? How do you... It's like, I love strong female characters. I don't feel like any of them were strong here.
They were physically strong, and that's not the same thing.
Right.
And I think I'm beginning to wonder if Hollywood knows the difference,
Yeah, and it's disappointing. I think the first movie did a better job of trying to at least give her progression of, leaving the nest, learning, growing, kind of coming into her own, finding her way, experiencing all these new things you get to kind of experience with her. And this one, everyone's just hanging the fuck out for these, just waiting for something to happen. And then when something happens, it's so just... in the fantasy comic book world, it's just so nonsensical. There's no rules for everyone to follow along, so we know what's at stake. I just don't know what the stakes are. Is he trying to become a god himself? We don't have to be told straight up. We're just under the impression he's just getting more power and needs to be stopped because the world's falling apart because of all the wishes and the greed and, like you said, the consume until we all are dead. What? I'm so... It's a comic book movie. Calm the fuck down. Like, chill out. Give us something simple and bite-sized and entertainable. Give me a fun story that maybe cherry picks from the comics. Throw some comic nods in there. Give somebody new that loved the first movie something. You know what I mean? Like, just... goddamn. Do something with the fucking direction. It just felt so clumsy and just awful. It was just an awful experience.
Yeah, it's way more drawn out than it needs to be.
Yeah.
The story is way more convoluted than it needs to be, which is weird because there's so many convenient story or convenient writing parts of hey, they just happen to pass each other and now they're there. It's like the Rambo syndrome of how do you know that the guy was going to walk under that tree and jump down on him? Mm-hmm. It's just it's full of that, but then also is just unnecessarily convoluted. It's not a love note to the 80s like it kind of pretends to be. And I think a huge problem is maybe the audience doesn't know enough about Wonder Woman, so they can't really explore. So they're just kind of like throwing little baby pieces out of like, her dad's Zeus. She can do invisible stuff, but none of that worked because they didn't do it in a way that was rewarding or interesting to people that were experiencing it for the first time or that already knew about it. You know, like it was just more of like, God, fucking what? Like, what are you guys doing? So I think it suffers from that, and just that, WB didn't help themselves at all by just shitting the bed on the rest of the shared universe and just kind of giving up before they even tried. It's like, Justice League was technically a flop, but it also technically made money. So it's just like,
but
why are you giving up already?
Like the big
especially when everything else from it made money.
Well, you just kind of hit it there where you were talking about her character. Like, what is her character? We don't know. There's nothing that's put in front of her. It's just like, okay, can we have something? Maybe her Amazonian powers can't overcome, or maybe she can outthink something, or maybe
it's time to just go back to the fucking island, and they send Amazonians after her, and then that's when you find out about her story, and then that's why they need her back, because they're like, you're not meant to be out in the man's world,
Yeah, maybe she's a traitor. Maybe man invades the island. Well, when she went out, they left a pathway back in that no one knew about. You know what I mean? And you just totally blew our spot. Something, because when you put her out in that real world and to have her doing Spider-Man things, it's just, I don't know anything about this character, and you're just cherry picking shit from back in the day that maybe, I know she's an old comic book character, so she has all this like bullshit attached to her, but you can't just, let's do the invisible plane because people know what that is, or let's just do this because she can fly now. Well, that's in the comics. Then why'd she have the plane? I'm so confused. Like, you can't, when you start,
it's like by explaining all that shit, you've made it the bad convoluted DC shit that no one likes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they got to reboot shit every 5 seconds, because they fuck it all up. And if I'm a fan, I just saw the first movie and I watched this, I'd be confused as all hell. I'd be like, so can she fly? Then why did she have the plane? Then why did she just turn invisible and sneak into the White House? Why did she just turn invisible? Like, you're giving me all this shit that makes me shrug my fucking head. And it's just sloppy. I think it's insulting. It's just insulting because, and I hate to do the comparison, but Marvel's kind of showed you don't have to insult everyone when you do a comic book movie. And that's why they're so popular, I believe, is because it's characters people like. They're treated with respect. They have that solid base, and they kind of hold them to their rules, Yeah. I don't know. And that's what happens when you have one guy calling all the shots of making it be one voice, Yeah. But
I mean, it's just, this movie didn't have a true villain, like Maxwell Lord. Like, does he really do anything that's that evil? No, he doesn't actually. Like, he just tries to be successful and chase the American dream, and he gives a lot of people their stuff that they want. And there's this whole monkey paw thing attached to it, but at the end of the day, I'm like, what charges are going to be brought against this guy? Like, nothing. Like, nothing.
Fucking megalomaniac conspiracy super bad guy.
Yeah, but it's like, towards the end when how do you charge him with the destruction of society? Like, well, you were gonna fuck it up society.
Oh, thanks for holding me up to a mirror movie.
Yeah, well, so when people launched some nukes, but it all went back, right? He's got us there, He's got us there.
They just disappeared, bro. Like, there's no war crime here.
Disappeared. So it's
just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just, you try to go for these big, grandiose superhero movies, but I think so many other ones have done it. They don't have to be on this stupid epic scale, and it can still be good. It can still be smart, well told. You have years and years and years and years of resource that you can cherry pick, and you choose to do this.
You choose to define her by a relationship, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't have any problem of her being a strong female. Little girls can look up to it. There's a strong female role. I'm totally all about that. I love that, but when you have her come off like this, it's just so like, fuck you, movie.
Yeah. It's a pass for me as well.
Big time pass. Wonder Woman, 1984. You sat through us, sitting through it, talking about it. We appreciate it. It's Us versus Movies. Wherever you get your podcast, you can get us there too. get bored, it's going to be on a YouTube if you're into that. It's at Us Versus Movies on any of the social media you find. If you got an idea for a movie we should watch, because we're just hitting stinker fucking stinker after stinker. So you can send us a message, send us a chat, wherever you want to do. If you're up with it, cool. If not, we're just going to keep plugging away until we find one that knocks it right out of the park. What do you think about that, Dustin?
I think that's good. We're Us versus Movies. Goodbye.